Leisure the go. Leisure the go.
Woke it up, woke it up, woke it up, woke it, woke it up, woke it up, Don't woke it up. Don't woke it. Don't woke it.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Russell Pierce Raw Review. I'm your host, Ibu, and I'm joined as usual by Rob of Self-Made. This is my first Raw review in quite some time. I think, Rob, it's been like 2.5 months.
2.5 months. 2.5 months since we have talked about
I've
Raw. Well, technically last week you were here, but like, does it really count?
yeah, I haven't hosted a
2
Raw
weeks.
review. I haven't hosted a Raw review since January, and it's April. So time flies. Time definitely flies. I'm back on the show with Rob. We're doing our thing. We're going to talk about last night's episode of Raw. Monday Night Raw was back in the United States. Last night they were in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We'll talk about all the developments last night. Seth Rollins feels that he's now entitled to an ode of favor by Paul Heyman. The women's triple threat match is official, as well as two other matches, because they've also made the Intercontinental Championship four-way official between Braun Breaker, Penta, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor. And they also added Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano to the WrestleMania card. So 3 new matches made official for WrestleMania, some developments, and a couple good matches on the show. There was also a beatdown angle with the New Day and the War Raiders. So we'll talk about last night's episode of Raw, but we'll also get into some of the Mania direction, some of the news surrounding the show, some of what's going on, things I've been hearing about Mania season as a whole, as well as just the wider wrestling landscape. So like usual, again, folks, on my Raw reviews, folks, listen, you guys do the ship, really. We hang out, we talk wrestling, we'll talk about the show, but truthfully, it's up to you guys where we go with this. You guys can ask us the questions, you guys can give us your takes, and we'll focus in and hone in on what you guys ask. So take this opportunity now to get those super chats in. Make sure to like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the Russell Pierce channel if you haven't subscribed, and send those super chats, folks. Get those super chats in, get those questions in, get those takes in, get those opinions in, because that's going to be a big part of the show, and I'm very excited to get into all of that. But with that said, Rob, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I've had a great day so far. Oh my god, yo! I woke up. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Half the day I was kind of like, I was looking forward to the Raw review, but I was kind of going through the motions of the day, and
Uh-huh.
then I checked my phone, Ibu.
Uh-huh.
I checked my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and Hitler is dead, Ibu.
Some of the Nuggets.
Mike Malone
Yeah.
got fired
Yes, he did.
from the Denver Nuggets. Oh my god. Oh my god, yo. Hold on.
Yes, he
Wait,
did.
did they
Yes.
change my microphone? Did they change my microphone again? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me see. No, they said that people are talking about Rob versus his mic, and I think you didn't say I sounded anything crazy, so
Uh, remember how you sounded
wait, do I
crazy
sound crazy?
yesterday, and then you switched to something and you sounded better. I think right now you're like in between both of those, but I can hear you pretty decently. Um, they fired Mike
Okay,
Malone after
anyway.
79 games. Like there's like 3 games left in the season. I hope.
Bro, the thing is, I listened because I watched on stream. I watched Shams talking about it earlier on Twitch, which you guys, it's down below. You can follow there. But I
Right.
watched Mike Malone, not Mike Malone, Shams talking about it on ESPN, and the reason he gave was he was like, uh, he gave a bunch of bullshit reasons talking about, the Denver Nuggets are it's towards the end of the season and they're on a 4-game losing streak and they've lost. I was like, and they've lost a lot. I'm like, bro, there's never been a season where Denver has been like a 60 or 58 winning team, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They've lost a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, they went on a 4-game losing streak. And I'm like, bro, before they won the NBA championship, they went on like a 3-game losing streak and like multiple 2-game losing streaks before that. Now, I'm not sitting here speculating that there's a scandal going on or anything in the front office, like some sort of trafficking scandal or something along those lines. But there's a conflict in the front office somewhere for a team that's about to be at 50 wins, regardless of how many losses they have. They are 3 wins away from having 50 wins on the season, and you fire the head coach. Something's going on there. So, but oh
Yeah.
my god, but we still smoking on that nigga. This is for when you won the championship. You spent your entire championship off season dick riding LeBron and the Lakers. It's just on LeBron's dick just on the Lakers cocking balls. And now what? Now what happened, nigga? Now what happened? Guess what, nigga? Hey, enjoy that Wendy's job, nigga. I hear Wendy's is hiring.
Rob, I hope for all this shit talk that your team succeeds in the playoffs. I don't even know what your team is, but
Okay, so I'm a Pelicans fan, but where
oh
LeBron
brother,
go, I go.
oh
So you
brother,
know what I mean? Where if LeBron went to fucking Charlotte, nigga, we Buzz City, baby. It's LeBron went to Charlotte, we Buzz City, baby.
oh
Is what it
brother.
is.
You modern NBA fans. Anyway, look.
Timberwolves fan doesn't rep the team, by the way. Anyway, go ahead, continue.
Anywho, anywho. Yeah, this new trend in the NBA where they're firing coaches right before the playoffs is very strange to me.
Bro,
So
it's crazy. These are teams that are like, and these are teams. Not that the Grizzlies are like gonna make the playoffs because they're in the eighth seed, right? But these are teams that are like looking to make the playoffs or about to make the playoffs, and they're still firing their head coaches.
it's
Mike Malone just won a championship.
even if you want to move on from, do it after the season like they always do. Do it after the year. It's very weird. So I don't know what's going on with that. I do know a little bit about what's going on with WWE right now. Monday Night Raw is in the books, and WrestleMania, Rob, is, oh my God, it's like 11 days away. So um, it's really sneaking up on us. I kind of just out of nowhere. WrestleMania is 11 days away. The card is taking shape, but folks, there's still a couple more matches to be added to this WrestleMania card. So um, I guess that'll be your hook for later in the show. We'll talk about what matches are planned to be added to WrestleMania. Um, by the end of this week, but I think there might be another one next week as well. So that's your little hook, that's your little eye emoji. Stay tuned for that. We'll talk about Raw, of course. We'll also just talk pro wrestling. We'll talk to you guys. So again, folks, this is your opportunity now to get your super chats in because we're going to read them, go through them, and then get out of here. And again, give us your opinions on Raw. Give us your predictions on things. Give us your takes. Give us any questions you'd like to ask us about pro wrestling. It doesn't have to just be about Raw. It could be about whatever you want it to be. So get those in now because we're going to get into it shortly. I'll say this up front. I really was not a big fan of the European tour that WWE did. And what I mean by that is the shows felt very much on the fly and like devoid of like real substance. Um, it felt like there just was a lack of writing going into a lot of those TV shows. Guys would just show up in front of the crowd, let them sing, flex their aura farm a little bit, do their catchphrases, and get the fuck out. Like a lot of those segments didn't have a lot of content, I felt. Whereas, and so between that and just kind of that like airiness to like those shows, they just felt very fillery to me. And by the end, I just resented like this big party that I was watching from like these UK fans just singing themselves and being all excited about that. But like, there just wasn't a lot of substance to the shows. And that's not saying that there's never been a good thing that happened on those shows. Like last week's Raw, I thought was a good episode, and the Gunther Jimmy angle was fantastic. You know. So there was good things on the shows, but generally speaking, I was just happy to see them back in the United States tonight. It felt like a more normal show in the sense that like there was actual like writing behind some things. Like for example, the Jey Uso promo, but even more so, like the Seth Rollins thing, whether you like the direction that the three-way feud is taking or not, and I have many issues with a lot of that stuff, it did feel like they actually sat down with Seth and like wrote a direction for him. And I draw a contrast to a couple weeks ago when Roman, Seth, and Punk would go out there, and it felt like they just had bullet points on a napkin and said, "Go ahead and fill 20 minutes." You know what I mean? Whereas here, like, there was an actual like written out thing drawing the continuity together and speaking about that and tying it all in and the history and everything. So, I was a fan of that aspect of it. And again, we'll get into the Seth Rollins thing in a bit, but that was my broad thoughts on Raw. Was just it felt like more of a return to normalcy, and I appreciated that. And with that said, Rob, let's go right into these super chats, folks. It's your time now.
Remember, guys, as Ibu said at the beginning of the show, you guys steer the ship with the super chats. So you get your questions, your opinions, and your thoughts in with these super chats. One
Yeah.
and only 199. The celebrity worship is becoming insufferable. Yo, bro, you're telling me. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't care for it. It's not amusing. Bert Kreischer and Otis was kind of cute, but like generally speaking, it's like I don't need 3 to 4 to 5 minutes dedicated on the show to just like seeing the celebrity dude. The thing where they show the people ringside, like I never give a fuck about that. Um, And Tony Hinchcliffe added absolutely nothing on commentary during the New Day match. The New Day
Bro,
defended the New Day challenged for the tag titles. They challenged the War Raiders, and the match went to a disqualification. And Tony Hinchcliffe was on commentary, and again, he just added nothing, added absolutely nothing to commentary.
wasn't even a good match, by the way.
And not a great match. That was like the weakest match of the show, probably.
Bro, like, and then it's just like even if you're gonna use celebrities, bro, what exactly is Bert Kreischer famous for? He's
Isn't he like a
famous for
comedian?
nothing. He's famous, bro. His comedy, his brand of comedy is I take my shirt off and I get drunk and become really obnoxious and loud. How is that even the celebrities that you're using? These are not real fucking celebrities, bro. I'm sorry, these are not real celebrities. Tony Hinchcliffe is not a real fucking celebrity. I don't care.
No, he's a comic that does podcasts. Like it's
This
like
is
all right, man.
teetering. This is teetering on when y'all were using. And Ken Jeong is a real celebrity, like nowadays. But like this is teetering on when y'all were using like him and that other nigga in 2009 for guest host. Stop, please stop. It's like
Not a fan.
it's like that era of Raw kind of bad now. Like, stop. Not with the entire show though.
Just the celebrity aspect.
Yeah, not Josh Toffee, 199. Denver Nuggets, huh?
GG.
That's a 38 win team next year. Jay Stone, 499. Back in the US and the fans still booing Bianca, even though Rhea dead wrong. Hashtag noticing. Amen.
It's very weird. It is very, very weird.
There are people. I'm just say this. There are people out there that think JD McDonough is better than Bianca Belair. Stay away from those people. Go Birds XTL, 499. Hey guys, what would you like to see Braun Breaker do post WrestleMania? Also, who would you pick for this year's Money in the Bank? Have a great show.
Thank you, Go Birds. So here's the thing, Rob. Braun isn't a multi-person. And it does feel like it's set up for him to not retain his championship. Feels like the type of match where he's gonna wreck shop, wreck havoc, spear a bunch of dudes, kill everybody, but someone's gonna slip in and get the win here. I think your biggest chance, I think the biggest most likely winners of this match, truthfully, are Penta and Dominic. I think it's going to be either Penta or Dom. Either Dom squeaks by and gets lucky and like gets to sneak a pinfall or steal a pin, I should say, or Penta just gets the win because Dom and Finn just could not figure things out mid-match and they're having their issues, and Penta ultimately takes advantage. Braun Breaker, it feels like he's going to lose his championship without being pinned. And I think in a situation like this with a guy like Braun Breaker, that means he's probably losing up. And what I mean by losing up is he moves to the main event scene shortly after. So would not surprise me if Braun Breaker lost up. And I'll tell you this, Jey Uso is probably going to beat Gunther. Like he's like pretty certain he's going to beat Gunther, right? And look, there's a lot you can say about Jey Uso. I think he's over. He's a good promo. His matches are what they are. I think Jey Uso is one of those guys that he's pretty good with certain people, but there's a lot of other people that he's just not very good with. And I think if you're WWE and you're looking at Jey Uso and Jey Uso as a world champion, you should be making a list of guys that Jey Uso can have a good match with, because it's not a long list, truthfully. And so it's like, who can Jey work with where the match isn't bad? And let's think about this, Rob. In late 2023, Jey Uso had a great match with Seth Rollins on TV. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
A great match with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is a wrestler who right now, if you're watching the TV, he's leaning heel. He's starting to lean heel. And so it's like, okay, you could do a heel Jey. You could do heel Seth Rollins against Jey Uso. And then the other one is, who did Jey also have a great match with? Braun Breaker. The first Intercontinental Championship match between Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins was great. The second one was fine. The first one was great. And so it's like, honestly, if it was up to me, Rob, I think Braun should be the guy to win the World Heavyweight Championship off of Jey Uso. Now, the question is, where and when do you do that? And I would say you're probably looking at towards the summertime. So again, it's like, okay, what do you do to fill the midpoint? So again, for me, the broad direction for Braun Breaker is going towards the World Championship. And I maybe have him win that around like the summertime. In the meantime, you fill it out, like I said, you could do a Seth Rollins. And then you have to figure out who are the other guys, who are the other bodies you could throw at Jey. TK Banks in the chat says, do it after the Raw after Mania. Listen, I wouldn't complain. About that. But I just don't see it happening that way. I think Jey probably holds it to SummerSlam. That's how that thing typically goes.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, that would be big. It would be like, even though like, yeah, you would want to ride the momentum of the Braun Breaker wave right now. I feel like just doing it would matter more if it was at like an event like SummerSlam where he won his first Intercontinental Championship. Instead
Yeah.
of just doing it on like a fucking Money in the Bank or a Payback or something. Like who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Not
Well,
necessarily who gives a fuck, because it's
what
gonna
do you
be
think?
Braun winning the
What
world
do you
title.
think
But
about Freakin' turning heel and winning the belt off of Jay in like the spring?
I would accept that because Seth is really I will say,
He's doing good
like,
character work right now.
on Friday it was like, wow, what is going on here? Like, why is he waffling like this, right?
Yeah, he
But
sucked
like,
it on Friday.
yeah,
Yeah.
like last night I rewatched the segment earlier today and on stream earlier before we came on here. And his kid, the way I really like how when it comes to Seth Rollins and like CM Punk, he gets really serious. But I would
Yes.
love for Seth Rollins to be that Seth Rollins. We said it multiple times on the Raw review within the last 2 years. I would love for that Seth Rollins to come out 90% of the time instead of it just being like a every once in a while kind of thing. You know what I mean? I would love for Seth to treat his, so I want to see a Seth that treats his world heavyweight championship like chase like, oh, I have to win the world heavyweight championship by any means necessary, rather than I'm a visionary, I'm a
Yeah.
revolution. Like, no, no,
That does
stop,
nothing
stop.
for me, man. It really doesn't. Last night's segment, it was a good segment. I'll say straight up. The thing is, in the moment when I watched it live, I couldn't even get into it until like pretty deep in because I was taken out of it, Rob, by the fact that it opened up with just that visionary stick. When he's just doing that and he's just and Paul Heyman, whose side are you going to be on? Are you going to be on Roman's side or Punk's side? The visionaries will speak. The Monday night, like he's doing all that shit, and he's like acting like a fucking game show host. He's acting like a talk show host, like as if like it felt like he was hosting his own version of Miss TV or some shit. And I was like, man, what is this? What the fuck is this shit? You know? But eventually he sheds all of that and then gets to like the meat of the matter, and it was good meat. Pause. So um, well,
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, it's good beef for us.
oh man, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I wanted to say something and I can't remember what I was going to say, but we're going to talk about some of the upcoming plays. Oh, now I remember what I want to say. You know what I've noticed, Rob? So this is a little bit of an inside baseball insight into the writing process, but there are wrestlers that have more leeway when it
Mhm.
comes to what they do on TV.
Yes.
And a lot of those wrestlers are guys who have a great handle on who they are and what they are. Randy Orton, he doesn't do scripts, partially because he's really bad at remembering them. So like they don't even bother because like he tells me, bro, I'm not gonna remember this shit. Just what is this promo about? And they give him like 2 bullet points. It's about this, it's about that. And he's like, I bet, and he'll cut his promo, right? Roman Reigns now is in a place where he has heavy say so over his stuff. And a lot of what you've been seeing from Roman Reigns on TV lately, Rob, is him riffing. It's him just kind of talking his shit. What I'm getting at is when a guy does that, their portrayal on TV is pretty consistent because it's just them doing their thing. Seth
Hold
Rollins,
on. Go, no, keep going. I'm typing something in private chat.
Not to say that Seth Rollins does not have leeway because he has a lot of say so, but Seth Rollins, he usually will just say what the writer has him. He will do what the writer has like written for him, right? What I'm getting at is sometimes Seth Rollins' character comes off inconsistent depending on who's writing him. Kind of feels like when certain comic book characters feel different when the different guy's writing. I say all of that to say,
Check private chat when you get a chance.
yes. Okay, Rob. Punk's personal writer did Seth's segment last night. And that Seth came off different than the Seth a couple weeks ago on SmackDown when he's just being like, the visionary gimmick. So, yeah, big man. That's what I'm saying, big man. Like Seth, I liked last night's Seth. And there's been a lot of Seth this year that I've enjoyed. And then there's weeks where like he just kind of reverts and does like the generic shit, like AI Seth. And it's like, damn, man, the writers need to like really understand like he's undergoing a shift with his character. He's in a certain direction right now. He's clearly like turning heel. Let's try to keep his portrayal consistent.
I can't
Like
lie, bro. This visionary shit is Vince era gimmick shit. Leave that shit alone, bro.
Yeah, it's just devoid of
This
content.
is when you was shucking and jiving, dancing on that nigga's table to get a Mania match, bro.
Yeah, but
Stop.
Alexandra wrote Seth's thing last night, and she's a really good writer. I don't even know if she's like known to the public, so I don't want to like dox wouldn't be the right word, but I'm not. I think she wants to be anonymous, but she's really good. She has really good shit, and Alexandra did a good job last night with Seth's promo. But yeah, man, I'll get into like what I thought about the actual direction of the story and like what Seth was saying in a bit. But to answer Go Birds, uh, Kale.
Like that ass. Like I was
Well, I
like,
didn't give her last name. I didn't give her last
you said
name.
I want to keep her anonymous, but you
I,
just
I
like,
didn't give her
yeah,
last
I
name.
guess.
It's funny. WWE writers like you would think they'd want like the clout, but like WWE kind of instills in them like, nigga, you are anonymous. That is the part of being in WWE. You're anonymous, right? There's certain writers, right, that they won't be like, hey, I write for WWE, but they'll like if you know who they are and you go to their accounts, it's really funny because they'll just retweet certain things that they wrote and they're like, man, what a fucking segment. It's really funny. And then there's other ones where it's like they pretend like they just don't exist, like they're like incognito, you know. But yeah, shout out to Alexandra.
Matthew Ham, $2. Will Profits defend tag titles in Mania?
Great question. Great question. For a while, the plan was a 3 or 4-way tag title match. At one point, it was discussed to have ladders involved. I don't know if that's the case anymore. I reached out to somebody involved in the tag team on SmackDown about this direction. And this will blow your mind, Rob. At one point in the process, Fraxium was supposed to be in the SmackDown tag title match at WrestleMania. You heard me right. Fraxium was going to be in the SmackDown tag title match. That is why, if you remember, DIY visited NXT to see Fraxium. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. That was going to begin to tie into this. Fraxium were getting called up after Mania, and they're probably going to the SmackDown brand. But there was meant to be like kind of that double duty thing. Like Mania season, Fraxium was supposed to do some double duty on SmackDown. They were going to start having some matches, mix it up with the division, get involved in a tag title match. And you were probably looking at DIY Machine Guns, Profits, and Fraxium. If you guys remember, I tweeted like a few months ago about this match, and I tweeted it in a very like I'm fantasy booking way. But realistically, I was just doing the Ebu thing where I knew something and I was pretending to speculate. But nevertheless, I don't know if that's on anymore. It sure doesn't look that way. And now I'm starting to question: are the Profits going to make Mania? Because there are a couple matches that they're going to add to this card. There's a couple more. Liv Morgan is 100% entering this. Is going to be on the card, right? And I was told who the opponents are going to be. The SmackDown match. There's like a non-zero chance that's a Mania go home. I really hope not, because Montez Ford in particular would not be happy with this at all. So I think they find a way to get them on the show, but we'll see what happens. Kale said free Roxanne. I would just leave the Roxanne stuff alone. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we don't really know what's going on with that. Like, anyways, Black Yakuza 94, $2. Braun Breaker, definitely, bro. Bro, that spear that he hit on Carlito
He is
last night.
spectacular.
That
Bro,
might be his best spear ever.
Rob, there was a stretch where Braun Breaker was just not doing live set angles. And I was watching the show. I'm like, why is Braun in like the pre-tape land? Like, look at what the fuck he does when he gets out there. You know what I mean? And there were 2 months. There were 2 months where this nigga would just walk around backstage and just like stare at a guy and like say something smug like, "You're in my show now, huh?" Blah blah blah, and he'll walk off. I'm like, what the fuck? Go out there and spear somebody. What the fuck?
Was in the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker.
Sitting in
No
the crowd like a
Intercontinental
mark,
Championship.
like a fucking
Sitting in the
mark.
crowd, no championship.
This is the guy. This
Watching
is
the
what
show.
Bro, when they got him, that's not what got him over. When the guy got called up, he faced a nigga named Kale Dixon, Rob, where he looked at him and was like, man, who the fuck is this nigga? He turned around, headbutted the fucking turnbuckle, was like, God, I'm about to kill this nigga. Turned around, speared the shit out of him. Didn't pin him, spears him again to the outside, drags him and spears him again, and the nigga got wheelchaired. He got carted out. That's how you make an impression. And then, Rob, he proceeds for the next 2 months to just spear the dog shit out of everybody in the most dynamic and creative ways. They literally, every week on TV, Lee Fading would get to TV with Paul Levesque and go, how could we shoot Braun Spear this week? And then they'd come up with it, and they'd come up with an idea, a vision.
Oh shit!
Oh no! But looks like we have a bit of a guest.
Oh shit!
I just have one question for the people.
Is that a Raw chain?
It is indeed a Raw chain.
Have you turned your back, AO, on Dub FC?
I've had a very distressing, what is it, Tuesday? I've had a very distressing 48 hours. My mind has been open to trying new things. Pause. So unfortunately,
what you trying, Chuck? What you been trying?
I was forced to watch Monday Night Raw last night. Why I sent that tweet out last night? I mean, on Sunday night, I don't know. I was feeling confident, even though I was told earlier in the day Mox is going over it. I said no, your information is wrong. I said this is a farce. So
AO, before you continue, everybody, what I want y'all to do is take a screenshot of the screen right now where AO is wearing this Raw chain, and I want you to tweet out #FedAO.
Hold on. Let me
take a picture and tweet out #FedAO.
Pause.
I will be checking the hashtag in 10 minutes.
All right, now do it.
Wait, did you change your Abby?
I changed my name.
Oh
no! Wrong. Do it again.
This is what? What the fuck? Oh no!
I'm gonna look this hashtag up right now. Hashtag Fed. Let's see what we got here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ayo, tweet that you're here.
I'm not tweeting that I'm here. I'm not doing it.
Yo, looking at the niggas is good. Yeah.
Yo, nigga in the chat said, what a raw review moment.
What a raw review moment. Oh my god. I'm retweeting everybody. I'm retweeting everybody. I'm gonna follow back everybody that makes this hashtag.
What's the hashtag?
#FedAO. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
Right. I reposted everybody's and I'm gonna follow y'all back. Go ahead, AO.
I missed the first 15 minutes of Raw last night. I was legitimately doing something important, and my mentions was going crazy. They said AO not standing on business. AO's not a man of his word.
AO not on shit.
Gonna watch Raw. AO not on shit. Yeah, bro. That's just not the type of nigga I am, bro. I said I was gonna do something. I did it. You know, I didn't in a million years think that TK would actually do that nonsense. That bullshit that he did. I was like, there's no way, son. There's no way that he's this scared of Mox. But he is, bro. He's that scared of Mox. So, missed the best part. People keep telling me to go back and watch that opening segment with the ladies, but I heard my queen Bianca got booed, so I will not be watching that.
My goodness, I'm making the tweet, and I'm absolutely lying in the caption.
What is the caption?
Just check my tweet. Everybody retweet my last tweet. Everybody retweet my last tweet.
Let me see what this nigga
said. I should have rolled.
Come on, guys. Come on. It's not the first pause we had on this show.
Come on, bro.
It's not the first. It's not the first pause we had on this show.
check, check my follow-up tweet. Hey, yo, I want you to admit one thing, because
What's good?
the public doesn't know. Like, you know, you're physically allergic to WWE, generally speaking.
Yes.
Right.
It gives
You're
me
physically
hives.
allergic. Right.
It gives
Yeah,
me
it gives you the
hives.
high. Yeah, exactly. It don't even matter what's on screen. He's like, oh my god. So I'm asking you this.
Uh-huh.
Just be honest, yo. You know, you didn't hate yourself. You know,
What are you talking about?
just be honest, bro. Like, you know,
What's the program?
Look,
Look,
I'm not
be
saying you
honest.
was feeling it, but you know, you was.
I'm gonna be honest. Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria, bro.
Good
They
match.
worked hard. They worked their asses off of that little 3 1/4, 3.5. They did, bro. They worked their asses off of that 3 1/4.
The Lucha tag.
The racism merchants versus the luchadors. That was fun. That was a fun TV 6-man. It was all crazy.
Yeah.
TV 6-man. But other than that, my nigga, like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Braun Breaker killing everybody, you know?
Look, bro. I'm gonna just say what needs to be said about that Braun Breaker spear.
No,
You niggas is letting camera angles and light tricks and mirrors trick y'all, bro. The spear was not that gas, my nigga.
This nigga said it was a CGI spear.
It was CGI, my nigga. and 85% of it was AI. 85% of that spear was AI. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now. There's gonna be an AO special where I go behind the scenes. And I let you know how WWE really did that spear, bro. The truth is gonna shock you. The truth is gonna shock you about that spear, bro.
Yo, they gassed my tweet where he started saying he loves Raw. Let's go.
Nah, bro. Nigga lying on me for no reason.
Let me check the hashtag now. Let me see what we got going on. Oh, let's get it. I'm reaching.
The AO cut's dropping, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Let me retweet Rob's shit. Yo, Jay Stone, he said, what a time to be alive, Fed AO.
I'm not even gonna correct the record, bro. This is what TK deserves.
Yeah,
this is what TK deserves, bro.
Because he's like Tony.
Not correcting the record.
Tony obviously is aware of your account and all that shit, right? He loves when you put this over. Could you imagine, like, when he does open the app, he's like, AO watching Raw?
Yo, book Surf not till Wednesday now.
You know what's so
but like, yo, son, like, let's just like, I know this is the Raw review show.
Nah,
who gives come on, my nigga. There was 2 men's world title matches. Right. There was 2 men's world title matches on Sunday, right?
Yes.
We're allegedly supposed to treat both of the titles with the same amount of reverence, but we know what it is. The Ring of Honor world title is a mid-card belt now. It is what it is, right? In AEW, it's a mid-card belt. But we're supposed in kayfabe, we're supposed to treat the titles with the same amount of reverence. In one match, it got completely restarted because the champion got caught cheating by a ref who wasn't even the head ref of the match, just a person that was there, right? So why in kayfabe, when we all just watched 18 niggas run a train on a black man, we're just supposed to be like, oh, too bad, Swerve. You'll get him next time. If there is a next time, Black, back of the line.
Bro, what's the
nigga, either restart the match or schedule a rematch, bro, and ban everybody from ringside. Why are there matches permitted in kayfabe where it's like, run-ins are allowed during this match, but oh my god, if I catch running in on Adam Cole versus Daniel Garcia, your contract's gonna get torn up. This is specially stipulated that if you run in, you're getting fired. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Basically, the internal logic in kayfabe of AEW is you're allowed to run in certain matches, and it's like, what the fuck,
bro? I said it the other day. I said it last night on Worldwide. If you're gonna do NWA in one match, do it in every match, bro. Don't sit here and
like again. You should be like, the promotion does not condone cheating in any way, and we take measures to prevent it. But once you do the thing of we can reverse a heel finish, you break the fabric of wrestling, because now you can do that anytime. It's a bad.
Oh, my dad said yesterday, he was like, just make title matches no disqualification. Then fuck it. Like, or if you're gonna do all that.
But bro, I watched the Jericho thing and I'm thinking, ooh, this sets a bad precedent for the future. I didn't know that future was 2 matches later. You know, and which
Bro,
is
and like
great.
that's not the first time that they restarted a match in AEW. It's not even like, bro, like sure, like I think Cody's done it like twice, bro. FTR's done it. FTR just did it, and they've done it like two other times, I think. Like niggas do it, especially the NWA merchants. They love doing the Dusty finish,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you do it on the same show that you're gonna have 19 run-ins in the main event, bro. Like what? What's
It
the
just
sense?
that shit is crazy, bro. The other thing is, hey, I'm gonna ask you a question. Who won Copeland versus Moxley at Revolution?
Moxley.
What was the reason given for why Copeland got a rematch?
I actually don't know. I don't know.
That it was
Because I assume
unfair
it's
and there
because
was
of the run-ins.
interferences and bullshit, basically.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you this: do you think Swerve is getting a rematch against John Moxley?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
No,
not. Yeah, I saw,
no,
bro.
That nigga not
no.
getting a rematch.
I saw niggas on the timeline that was mad that people were shitting on the finisher. Like, bro, they were like, bro, Swerve's obviously winning the title at Double or Nothing. No, he's not.
No, he's
No, he's
not.
not.
Also,
And
No,
then
he's not.
there's other niggas that's like, bro, obviously Will Ospreay's winning the title off of John Moxley. No, he's not.
no.
Bro,
Yo,
let me tell you something. Look at me when I say this, even though my camera's not on. Look at
Yes.
me. Look at my Abby in his eyes. Look at my Abby in its eyes. Stop believing in any baby face that works for All Elite Wrestling. They are all losers. They are losers. The promotion wants you to think they're losers. There's gonna be 50 heatless run-ins during the Dick Riders matches. It comes with bulldog choke, bro. It comes with bulldog choke. It doesn't matter how over they are. It doesn't matter that they top the
my
charts
God.
in selling merch. It doesn't matter that they're the only ones moving quarters. They are losers who are gonna get choked out by John Moxley. Stop believing in them.
Ayo, the last shot we had of Hangman Page, who was one of the great characters in wrestling on that show,
A
was
loser getting
genuine.
stomped out by the Dick Riders.
Ayo, genuinely, his ass was tooted up on the floor.
Tootie.
Just tooted up, like just on the floor.
bro, and then it's also like it's just, bro, and then at least Cope had another out too. It was Christian that got choked out at fucking what show was that? Fucking Revolution, not fucking Edge. So like, bro, I just don't I don't get it. I we talked about it last night on Worldwide, but I don't get the logic.
No,
Bro.
but
I don't get it.
listen, lock in, bro, because we're gonna get some stable warfare for Anarchy in the arena, bro. Anarchy.
Yeah, bro. I
Bro.
really care about that. Yeah, and the niggas are like, how's this any different than the Kenny Omega's reign? Because he was having good matches. Because he was putting on good TV. What are you talking about? What are you
You know,
talking about? These
If
matches
I'm not
suck.
mistaken, Kenny Omega beat Christian all by himself. He beat half
bro,
of them niggas all by himself.
bro, think about
Right?
this, right? People are comparing it to like Bloodline Roman, and here's the thing: I'm not even like a Bloodline Roman dude like that. These
Don't
matches
try
are
to Bloodline Roman. Bro, they wanted the title on anyone. Niggas revolted when Finn Balor didn't beat him. Finn Balor. They wanted the title on anyone. Yo, there's a lot of revisionist history. Because niggas made it out of the end of Bloodline Roman, niggas act like the fan base wasn't tearing itself apart trying to rip the belt off this nigga, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm getting,
what are you niggas talking about?
what I'm getting at is like people are saying this is as bad as that, and like to me, it's like, yo, lowest of keys.
Yeah.
These last three Moxie matches, they're worse than most Roman title defenses.
Yeah,
Bro, like, which is crazy.
they was yelling about LA Knight finna get it done, bro. They
Bro,
thought LA
No,
bro.
my
Knight.
nigga, bro, I'm not. I've said it a million times, bro. I like Bloodline Roman as a character. I think
Correct.
as an in-ring worker, Bloodline Roman is like not Roman Reigns. Bloodline Roman is the drizzling shits, but he has way more good matches than Dick Ryder and Moxley.
And the matches are
That's
more
why the
heat.
version of Moxley, bro. And the matches have heat, bro. When he
Dick
lays in a
Ryder.
hold, when Roman lays in a hold, 40K people are booing. When Roman lays in a hold, I mean when Mox lays in a hold, 10 to 15K people are just on their
Standing there.
phones, bro. They're just standing there looking. They're like, oh, I hope the babyface does something soon. Niggas do not care about you, bro. How many heels are more over than Mox? Kyle Fletcher is more over as a heel.
Yeah, I agree.
Ricochet is more over as a heel. Who else?
Yeah.
Don Callis as a manager is more over as a heel. Who else is more over as a heel, bro?
Wheeler
Like
Yuta might be getting more heat right now.
Wheeler, bro.
Bro, they chanting "fuck you, Yuta."
Wheeler Yuta.
Mox.
Shout out to Yuta though.
This is crazy, bro. It's just crazy. Like, I can't believe this is where we're at, bro. The thing is, like, I'm watching Mox have these matches, and I'm like, to me, it doesn't feel like a guy who's washed. It feels like he's like trolling. Like, it feels like I'm like, you can have a good match, bro. Like, why are you
these
trolling?
niggas, son, after we just watched Kenny, by God, Omega, the greatest wrestler to ever strap up some boots, after we just watched him do it again.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Third or fourth, 5-star match of the year. He did it again. Mox said, come here, Swerve. Your little black ass. We're going to tumble on the mat for a little bit. It's time to do some mat wrestling, nigga. What you doing?
Yo, the craziest part, the last thing we look on Dynamite, he gave Willow a Death Rider, and Swerve was like, I'm going to get you, nigga. You know what I mean? And then,
niggas locking up.
Bro, fucking Swerve got Ricola bombed into like glass on TV. And then they followed up doing fucking blood sport. Like they just like humping and grabbing each other. I'm like, what is this?
I'm so tired of this shit, bro.
I'm like, yo, this start is crazy.
Niggas is wrestling this match like the build was just another day at the office. Like, it's just two competitors going out there to compete. Why? He killed Willow. He killed Willow. Willow's dead.
Bro, Swerve on the TV he was like, by the end of the night, Mox, I'm gonna get you. And then like again, it's like, what? Jesus. What a weird. That match was insane.
And then every time, Swerve picked the pace up and was like, hold on, we're going somewhere here. Hold on, Swerve's doing something. Mox said, come here, black ass nigga. Give me that extremity.
Nigga was bretting it up.
This is terrible.
This is disgusting.
I give it a dot on the spreadsheet. I don't care.
Bro, the layout was, bro, the funniest part is we do grapple humping. Then he's like, all right, we're at minute 10. Let's do some Jerry Lawler cosplay. And he like, does the punching and the bleeding, right? But with no heat. And then he goes, all right, it's time to pull out a comically large ladder. Like,
bro, for what? For
and
what?
then they do the ladder spot, and he's like, all right, let's roll back in and trade some forearms. I'm like, what is this layout, bro? Like, I was telling Joe yesterday, this is like when you're a kid and you have wrestling toys and you make your own like match. Like, you just have your own match.
He's not here. I think he dropped it. He's not here.
Just an insane fucking match layout.
He might be coming back. There
probably.
He's back.
Yeah, my stream shitted itself. I'm back though. I'm back. What was you saying?
I was just saying, another thing, bro, like you go from grapple humping to Jerry Lawler cosplay to let's pull out a comically large ladder and do a spot. Then let's go back and ring to trade forearms. And I'm like, I said this is like when you're a kid and you have two wrestling toys and you just make up your own little match and you're like 8 and like you have no
you have no clue what you're doing, bro. It's just like, yo, I've seen this on TV. Let's do this now. Or else I've run out of ideas.
Yeah, or when you're playing like the WWE like video games and you're just like, let me just do this like just a stupid ass match, you know, and you're just doing shit. I don't know who approved that match. I just stepped back.
Come on, my nigga.
Is that your
shot?
Hold
on. We're gonna sit here and acknowledge that AO is raw. Pause. Doubled the house. Clap it up, everybody. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Oh,
clap
shit.
It up. Clap it up.
AO took us up about 80 people. Okay.
Bro, 80 people, bro. It was 215 people when I joined.
Was it really?
Yes. Oh, mommy.
Hey, all right, nigga. You know, all right. You know,
nigga said 80. Don't diminish me, nigga. My contributions.
Yeah, you know, pop a little num. You know.
Anyway, this is how easy it is to get you drones in here, bro. It's AO is raw full time. Just kidding. But yo, Tony Khan, bro. Tony Khan, you and your decisions had me watching 2025 Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. Yo, when I seen Lyra throw that doctor bomb, I said, oh my God, I gotta go back to Julia Hart.
Bro, the fucking tornado DDT into the fisherman suplex.
Fisherman suplex.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, Lyra.
I said, hold on now. Yeah, hold on now.
Bro, Bailey did a tope and just ate shit on the floor.
Bro, Julia Hart fucking sucks.
That tope was crazy.
She just ran into Tope straight to the floor, just crashed and burned. I was like, damn, Pam, it's Raw. You know? Really, really, really nice match. And look, I'm not trying to dunk on Junior.
Hey, yo, should join the Raw review till Moxley drops the title.
The problem with that is that would mean AO's a full-time Raw reviewer until like October.
Bro.
That's strong, man. Yo, this is so bad, bro. So bad.
Yo,
This
yo,
is
yo,
so
Ayo,
bad.
Did you see my tweet from the other day when I was like, yo, it's funny because Tony, WWE's been on this really string of just disappointing their fans for like the last 3 months. And then Tony Khan said, watch, I could disappoint better than you can. And just did that shit with Swerve the other night.
Yo, TK saw that he finished like 5th in the WrestlePeriod's Booker of the Year rankings. Below DPW's niggas, bro.
Right,
and he was like, I haven't even begun to disappoint my fan base. You're nasty.
I'm gonna undo my master plan.
I'm gonna say this right now, bro. I told myself that I would never, ever, ever take, not that I did before, but I tripled down that I would never, ever, ever take Kenny Omega's presence for granted. So no, I'm not gonna stop watching AEW, bro. I'm gonna, nigga, if Kenny's there, I'm there. I'm never watching a mock segment again, though, son. You will never see me clip it. Well, unless he's eating shit, I might clip that. But other than that, bro, like I'm done with Jon Moxley, son. I'm done with Dean Ambrose, nigga. You can't force this shit on me, and I'm not doing it. And guess what, my nigga? I canceled my trip to All In. I was going.
Yo,
niggas was talking about B&Bs. Niggas was talking about hotels. It's canceled. I'm not going, bro. I'm not going to All In. Eat my cock.
Yo, there's a Dynamite coming here in like 2 weeks, and my prerequisites were Swerve had to be world champion, and they had to book Kenny, and they had to book Ospreay. I said, once that bell rang and it hit 3, and I said, nigga, I'm not going. I was talking to my dad earlier today. I said, nigga, I'm not going to that. I'm not going to that shit. why the fuck would I go there and just be miserable? I'm not going.
It just
fuck that.
What you're saying, AO, you know what it reminds me? It's like how I watched The Fed in the late 2010s, where it's like, this is a show that I don't really like care about, but like I have a couple favorites I like watching, but like, you know, I'm not invested in the show, and it's often not that good, you know, like it was like that was kind of my thing at the time. Now, obviously AEW is not 2010s WWE. It's not. But I just think that it was a misfire.
What's the difference between AEW's world title scene and 2020's WWE? What's the difference?
Oh, between the world title scene, I mean, that's a different story.
They got a couple super chats. I don't know how long AO is staying, but they got a couple super chats in here for the like the self-made crew and AO. So
go ahead.
Go through some of those. All right. We'll go through the first one that addresses all of us. Self-made crew. From Zion Burks, $4.99. Self-made crew. If the AEW main event scene is going to get hijacked every 6 to 12 months by a star TK doesn't want to lose, then I will simply not invest.
Don't invest, bro. That's what they're telling you. Don't believe in any babyface. Don't care about the main event scene, bro. Just consume, or don't consume. Clearly, he doesn't care. Yo, TK, bro. It's going on 2 days. You haven't tweeted, my nigga. You can't run away from Twitter forever. And now Dynamite card, bro.
He still hasn't tweeted.
And I promise you, it doesn't matter how long you wait to tweet, TK. I promise you, when you do, I'm gonna ratio your ass. I got something for you, TK. I don't know what I'm gonna say yet, but it's gonna come with a ratio, my nigga. You have to say something soon.
Did anybody catch Novi's reaction to Swerve losing, bro? He was about to cry on air.
No, I didn't see it.
Bro, he was banging on the desk. Yeah. I think I can find it.
He was like, kick out! And he like was like sat back.
Yo, you imagine if he kicked out that BTE trigger though, bro? That place would have exploded.
It would have. But here's the thing about it. Like, so Novi, he was the one guy on the LNG panel. Like, nah, guys, Swerve is gonna win, and I'm mad invested. They're like, bro, don't get your hopes up. He's like, yo, nah, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. And when he didn't, this nigga just sat on air looking at the camera, just deadpan for 10 minutes, just like mad depressed. Just mad depressed. I was like, yo, Novi, you okay, bro? And then he just explodes and was like, why the fuck would you book the fucking match? And Swerve isn't going on.
Yeah, I don't know why you booked that match, bro. I don't know why you booked that match. Bro. Give Mark Briscoe a world title shot. I guess you want to sell pay-per-views, but bro, Mark Briscoe could be a person people rally behind or something. I don't know, son. Like,
Can someone on the timeline tag me in a clip of Novi's reaction so I can pop this shit on?
Yo, we gotta play it on here.
I just
You
pulled
got
it
it,
up.
Rob?
I'm gonna try to see.
Wait. First. Find Novi's promo that he cut on why Swerve's gonna win.
Oh my god!
You gotta play
We're
that.
gonna
You
live
gotta play
react
that
to
first.
this. Yeah.
Oh fuck! Somebody dropped that in the chat. If that's on
Cut,
Twitter.
somebody tag us in the promo.
You tag us and we'll pop that one up.
Let's see if I can.
And then we'll
We need
play
to
Novi's
see the
reaction.
duality of man. We need to see the duality of man.
Why tease Hangman and Swerve just for it to be a tag team? I don't know, bro. I don't know. These niggas are not supposed to be tagging right now, bro. They can't tag until they fight for the world title. My nigga.
You know what I can do? You know what I can do actually? Hold
This
on.
shit is terrible, bro. This shit is terrible. all just to placate egos, bro. And I love John Moxley. Niggas not gonna call me a hypocrite. This is exactly what Punk was doing, my nigga. Except for Punk wasn't demanding the world title. He lost. He was worse. Well, it's not worse. It depends where you look at it. It's about even. It's about even, my nigga. It's about even. It's about the same.
It's pretty crazy. You know, it's pretty crazy. I don't even hate John Moxley, guys. Like right now, I think like genuinely, I feel like he's electing to wrestle in the way that he's wrestling, which is like a bigger mind fuck. And I just don't.
Bro, his
like
brain is broken, bro. He couldn't be 2021 John Moxley if he wanted to be, bro. It's over. It's cooked.
He just doesn't want to. I think he
All
has
right,
no
I found
interest.
I found the promo. I found the.
All right, let's throw this.
Shout out to Caden. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Uno momento. Let me make sure there's nothing on my screen.
Oh, your screen share? Okay, good. Because I don't think it'll let me.
All right, go for it, folks. If you're not familiar, this is our boy Novi. He is involved in the Wrestle Purist Dynamite review. He has his own channel where he posts a lot of videos, usually AEW related, and he's a big AEW fan. Was a big.
Yo, Rob, bring it up. I don't have the StreamYard, bro. You got it. All right.
Here we go.
All right, go ahead, Ibu.
No, I was just saying, big AEW fan. Novi has his own channel. He also is on the Wrestle Purist Dynamite review. He appears on Joe Holbert's streams a lot. He believed in Swerve. He was in my DMs all week about like, man, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm putting all this shit on Swerve. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm not gonna be a bitch about it. Swerve is going over. All that stuff. Go ahead, take it away, Rob. Play the video.
Justice delayed is justice denied.
Talk to him, Novi.
And while justice may not look the same, while justice may have changed, I think justice for its Noviak is coming at All In Texas. 1 year ago, I proposed the idea that Hangman and Swerve should continue their rivalry at AEW All In Wembley. I was bought into the idea that this feud sits above any other feud, sit above nearly everyone in AEW's history. I think they deserved it. And I feel like this year you have the opportunity to right what I declare was a wrong. Hangman Adam Page is the soul of AEW. He is what it means to be all elite. I think him and Swerve have continued this rivalry in a very different way. I think we saw last night. There was an acknowledgement of guilt. This feud has taken a turn. I think we see something totally different at All In. Obviously, going off what I say, Hangman wins the Owen. I think in pro wrestling, it's good to get bought into things. I think Marcus brought this up. It's good to believe in something. It's good to put your heart out on the line and give a fuck, because that's what pro wrestling is all about.
Novi.
Anyone who's sitting here telling me that things will be okay if Moxley wins, things will be just fine. You still like all of AEW with John Moxley as champion. While that may be true, I want the AEW at its very best. I want All Elite Wrestling to have no flaws. I want to not have to sit here and tell you AEW is good, but I want John Moxley gone at Dynasty. Swerve Strickland went through the broken glass last night, set up like it was nothing. That is not something you do if Swerve Strickland is not winning the title. You do not have Moxley call him the here and the now of AEW if he is not winning that title. And while I completely understand Caden Lee saying that they've been a little heavy-handed, you do not present me with the idea of Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland in the main event at All In and not give it to me. You don't. That's something you don't do. This feud, I know, has been going a long time. I know they've had a lot of matches before, but it is just different. We saw in one segment last night, one 45-second segment, what it can do to this audience.
Mhm.
The reactions from the people in the crowd, from the timeline, from the people in chat here today.
Tom Greeny.
This is just different. Hangman Adam Page should win the Owen. Swerve Strickland should undoubtedly win the title at AEW Dynasty. And I should get to see my cowboy crowned at AEW All In Texas with me standing above, high in the stands, cheering him on all the way. This means something. Anyone who tells you otherwise is wrong. This shit matters. John Moxley has not deserved to hold that title until All In. He has done nothing to deserve it. It is time to switch it. It is time to do the right thing and have Swerve Strickland win and have him face Hangman at All In.
Talk.
Oh man.
Talk.
Oh man.
All right,
Really
now
aftermath.
This is
someone play the aftermath
Rob. You
of
got
what
the,
happened to poor
you got-
Novi,
you
bro.
got the follow up, Rob. Also,
I mean, I found the video, but this browser doesn't let me stream for whatever reason.
All right, send DM it to me on my
I got you.
TKO account.
and Rob, while you
DM
doing
it to
that,
TKO.
I don't know if he's even around, but just DM Novi real quick. I want to get a post show press. I want to get a post show interview real quick on this nigga. Give Novi a StreamYard if he just to pop him in if he's around. But send Ayo the video. That was kind of sad to watch, Ayo. I can't lie. Like it felt like
Bro, he was
tragedy.
right. Everything he was saying was right, bro. It's common sense. It's the
Yeah,
layup.
bro. Like
But niggas
There
is
you go.
terrified. Bro, niggas is terrified of John Moxley leaving, bro. Where's he going? He's not going back to WWE, my nigga. Let him go do Bushido Bloodsport. Let him go do Bushido Bloodsport. Who cares? Who cares, my nigga? You don't sign all these people just so it's just like, oh, John Moxley, bro, here's your fourth title reign. He's gonna go for a year again. No, bro, you don't do that.
the craziest
Like-
the craziest part about it is that like if John
Rob,
went
you
up
sent
to- if John did a
Yeah, I
side
just sent it
project,
to you.
if John went into side projects, he would get bored and he would come back
And just
around.
come back.
He would
was
just
like-
come back.
You'd be like, yo, doing this Bushido Bloodsport stuff in front of 1K people. Because, bro, they did it in Japan. And he was the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
It didn't draw
Bro,
anything.
it drew like 1K people. If that, and the
Yeah.
1K was probably a lie.
The turnout was really bad.
The
Yeah.
turnout was embarrassing. You're the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Awful.
Bro,
Yeah.
he would have got bored. He would have came back.
Yo, apparently Tony Khan has lost 2.2 thousand followers.
I just saw that tweet. All right, this is my screen showing. All right.
Yeah,
So
here we
this is-
go.
This is Novi reacting.
Kick out! Kick out! Kick out! Kick out!
This is just. Yo, you see his poster behind him? The irony.
Bro.
It's the Bucks right behind him on his wall. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yo,
irony.
and like, do you think when TK did this, he was just like, yo, like, the hardcores,
yeah,
they love
yeah.
the Young Bucks.
That's exactly what he thought.
Bro, if this is done by the Bucks hand, they'll be okay with it. No,
I
we
agree.
won't. No, we won't, my nigga. You'll never make me turn on the Bucks. You'll never make me turn on the Bucks. But Drew told me in 2019 they lost the pen. So we're gonna stand on that. They're just doing what their boss told them to do. They're competent ass boss, which is you, Tony Khan. You, my nigga. I don't care if Jesus Christ came down from heaven himself lifted Swerve up, put him on Kenny Omega's shoulders, and told him to hit Swerve with a one-winged angel. I don't care, my nigga.
It's just crazy. It felt like that felt like emotional manipulation. Like he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna screw him, but I'm gonna use your boys to do it." You know?
My nigga, it didn't work. My nigga, I'm on your ass. TK, tweet. I'm begging you to tweet something. TK, tweet, nigga.
I just wow. I don't even know what to say. Rob, were there any other AO or self-made based super chats we can look at?
Yes, actually, there are a couple. This has been a minute since we got Triple H and Johnny Burney 199. Triple H knew AO was watching and booked Kill Tony.
That's crazy.
LMAO.
Yo, that nigga is a weirdo, bro. Who's the nigga? Am I talking about Kill Tony? Am I talking about Triple H? I'm talking about both, bro. Fucking weirdos.
Big E's response is so.
Yo, Big E is pissed, bro. But he was just like, yo, man, like, hey, what can I do?
Yeah, he basically like, bro, of course it's whack, bro. Of course I think it's whack, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Oh man.
Oh, of course. Somebody brought that up. Did y'all see Big E's response to the joke?
I might as well just read it. I might as well just read it. Let me hold on.
Yeah.
Let me find it. Big E, I sent this to y'all earlier today.
Yo, my brother, I think he's watching soccer. He wrote Triple H theme to start the second half. I can't escape this guy.
I'm crying. All right, so this is just an excerpt of what Big E said. It was a long response, but this is like this drives home what he's like, how he's really feeling. I really have no desire to weigh in on this. I didn't sign up for this. I wasn't aware of this. He did what he wanted to do. People signed off on it. Has nothing to do with me. Truly. He's pissed, bro. That's an upset nigga.
That is great.
Bro, this is a nigga who lost his career, son, who wants to wrestle every day and he can't. And you niggas is making stiff neck jokes. Like, who are you, my nigga? Like, who are you in the grand scheme of wrestling to even talk about, to even chat Big E? My nigga, 1/3 of the greatest tag team of all time, nigga.
You know how he got his start, bro. He was the mark that Joe Rogan brought in when he brought on wrestlers on his podcast to go on there and ask them mark questions. That's how he got his fucking start, bro.
It's just funny because like did they expect when they asked that question? Did they expect Big E to be like, "Good one, Tony. My neck is crazy," you know? Like of course
of course they don't, bro. But of course they don't. They just don't care.
But yeah, what are you gonna do? Black Yakuza 94. Yo, have y'all checked the betting odds? Tiffany's chances shot up and is nearly tied with Charlotte now. Oh yeah, Charlotte was the betting favorite for this whole time, man. Now it's tied.
Tiffany has no chance of winning. Put all your money on Charlotte.
Jay's chances have drastically gone down. What? There's no way.
I'm so sure.
Bro, minus 600 is still a lock in wrestling, bro. I've never seen minus 600. Like I've never seen.
I want to make
odds that high lose. That's still a lock.
I'm gonna say something to the people. Like, obviously, I think Gunter's a way better wrestler than Jey Uso, and like I ideally have him stay the champion. But you can't tell the story that they've told and set it up the way they set up, and then have Jey lose. Like, you might as well just like release him. Like you're just assassinating his character. So, again, I love Gunther, but he kind of has to lose.
You think Roman letting that happen? Yeah, I'm
the
so
worst.
Sure, bro.
I think the worst beat I've ever seen on wrestling was like minus 220. I think, and that's like the worst ever. Minus 220. So yeah.
All right, Rob. So if the AO based ones are done, then just go back to the beginning and go in order again.
Black Yakuza $5. Welcome to the Raw Review, aka the AO event about AEW Dynasty session. It's okay, just let it all out. We'll get through these difficult times.
It's group therapy.
I haven't even fully vented, bro, because what they did to my GOAT Mercedes is crazy. Because the thing about Mercedes is, right? The thing about Mercedes is she could just go out there and just like tell you to bump and sell for all her moves. But she doesn't. She's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give you a chance to get your shit in. You're telling me when we're putting this match together, you can handle it. So I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna
Mhm.
believe you. We're gonna see if you can handle it, and you clearly couldn't. Mercedes had to do half those moves to herself.
It was crazy. Like she was like, you saw her walking the other one through the transitions of stuff. Like it was like, yo, this is like wrestling school.
It's
It's like wrestling school.
crazy,
Even
bro.
Beydoun, another member, said
I
he's
think
not
we
going.
go only like maybe we just have to give Mercedes some of the blame, bro, because they were literally like, bro, even you didn't watch the tag match on Saturday, and while it was a lot of fun, they were yelling at Julia to get to spot to spot to get from spot to spot, bro. They were like they kept telling her where to go, my nigga. You could hear her. The mic was picking it up.
Jesus.
So
Yo, this is crazy. Apparently, Burt Kreischer chokeslammed Austin Theory after the show. Yo, Triple H hates this nigga.
yo, have you seen this contingent? And it's not a small group. It's a
Yeah.
large amount of people that are like unironic Austin Theory shooters now.
Yeah, no, what's happened there was like they've been dunking on him so much that people are like, man, he doesn't deserve this, bro. This is a good wrestler, bro. He does not deserve this shit. He's a
Bro,
demon.
he has shooters. Every
Yeah.
other day, I see Austin Theory deserves better. And then somebody will quote the tweet and be like, "What are you talking about?" And I'll click the tweet. I'll be like, "8K likes, 10K likes." I'm like, where are these people spawning from?
To me, it's just like, yo, look, if you're Austin Theory, like, I don't know where his head is at, but if he feels like, yo, y'all are doing me crazy, then just quit. Just quit and go
No,
make
no,
and
no,
go
no,
make
no, no,
something
no,
of
no, no,
yourself.
no, 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 no. He needs to stay. He needs to stay. He needs to stay. Because while I do think Marufuji would take him and push him to the moon,
Yes.
like
He win the GHC belt in like a month.
yeah, like while I do think that that's a possibility, bro, like Noah doesn't pay in the Big 25. Noah doesn't pay. AEW's not going to take him. I mean, they might and put him on Honor Club. But that's it.
I think Tony would
So,
take him because he's young. Because he's young, I
bro,
think.
he would take him and put him with Preston Vance, bro.
I'm
Like,
crying.
bro, do you know what Preston Vance is up to in the Big 25?
No, what's he doing?
He's in a frat house stable.
What happened to LFI?
Who's in the frat house stable, yo?
Isn't
It's
go ahead?
it's and no disrespect to the frat house stable because a couple of them niggas follow me. So it's Preston Vance. It's the nigga who was allowed to talk. That you know that when the third guy joined Bear Country.
Yes.
Yeah, him.
Oh my God.
Griff Garrison, and they have a fourth.
Cole Carter. I think it's Cole Carter.
Cole Carter.
That nigga's still in AEW?
Yeah.
Whoa. Ring of Honor.
By the way,
Ring of
folks,
Honor.
please like the video. If you don't like the video, you're confessing to being a Hogan fan.
I'm just going through all the AEW ones.
Cosmo Tings.
Because Beydoun said, a member of the Self-Made Discord, Beydoun said he had AEW Detroit VIP tickets. Wallahi, I'm not going.
Hey man, that's what TK's telling his fans to do, bro. Keep your ass home.
By the way, folks. Again, AO watched Raw with us last night in the Self-Made Discord. If you're not aware, follow at Self-Made PW. And on the bio of the account is the link to our Patreon. If you click that Patreon and you join it for $5, you get access to all our archived content on the Patreon, which will be all the watch-alongs that we've done of all the matches that you the Patreon member, have recommended for us. We watch all the matches you guys recommend. That's going to be
I need to talk to y'all about that a little bit later, or probably after the show or something.
We have a lot of archived podcast content on there that will continue to be posted on there. If it hasn't been already posted already, we're gonna have a reaction to New Japan's Dominion show from 2018 posted on there. So you can get all that. But beyond all of that, folks, every night we'll be streaming. Usually we're doing reactions and watch-alongs to the wrestling TV shows. Beyond that, we do a bunch of different games and movie nights, contests, match recommendation watch-alongs, things of that nature. So $5 gets you into the Discord for all that. It's a great time. It's an awesome and fun community that I really appreciate. Sometimes you get some news in there ahead of time, so you can look forward to that. I will do my spaces that I used to do on Twitter. I've moved them to this Discord, and then AO is going to be watching NXT tonight. So you guys can
whoa, what?
I'm playing. But it's a good time. It's a good time in the Discord, folks. Anyway, go to the next one.
Ibu, tell the chat about how you took a trip down to Orlando last week and started the Ricky Strokes chants.
That was not me.
Hush.
Bro, we saw you. He was at the end of the video.
All right.
With the shirt.
Also, I let people know if you are in this chat or in that Discord and we find you chanting Ricky Strokes, you are getting timed out for a significant amount of time.
You can't,
Agreed.
Hush,
you can't
Yeah.
accept that. Was that a
Hush.
real chant?
190.
It absolutely was a real chant.
Yes, they
And
were
they were
going Ricky.
doing humping motions.
They were going Ricky
Like Ricky
Strokes.
Strokes, Ricky Strokes.
Hush, 199. Are they really waiting on Darby? Yes.
I think they are personally. I think Osprey is the all-in match, and I think Osprey's losing to Mox in the semi-main personally.
Nigga, this does not make me.
Ah.
This is not endear Darby to me, and I love Darby Allin like so much. It's not endear him to me. This makes me resent him, bro. Like, what are you talking about? We're waiting on, bro. Like, nigga, why do you do this? People that make the town every week, my nigga. And quite frankly, these people are more over than you, Darby. So like, while I love you, like, why? No, bro. This is bad.
I
This is
think
bad.
personally,
This is
I personally think Tony made a promise to him. I think it was one of the. This is not founded in anything, but I think that Tony was like, "Look, man, you're gonna go climb Mount Everest. You're gonna succeed, and inshallah, when you come back, you're gonna win."
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I think. So
Black Yakuza $5. Pour one out for Dub FC. They're going through it right now.
niggas are saying that, but Tony's gonna drop a cool graphic tonight, and then people are gonna be
I
like,
bet you
"Oh,"
I'll ratio him.
and people are like, "Oh my god, we're back! Oh my god!" So there you go.
Nah, NXT will be fired tonight. He gonna run away.
Yo, shout out
Trust.
Meta-4. What are they doing tonight? I might have to watch NXT.
I'm not sure.
There'll probably be something.
Yeah,
Shout out
they usually do
Meta-4,
something.
nigga.
Yeah, they usually do something unannounced. Dispo 199. Who is the wild card?
That's a good question.
Probably Josh Alexander.
Interesting.
Just Will 499 EOFC. We are so up on Ibu life. We winning at Mania and Mox winning. Loki killed my excitement for the Owen. They gotta be trolling at this point.
Bro, I don't care about the Owen. Who cares who wins? It's coming with Bulldog choke. Who cares about the Owen? Who cares?
It comes with Bulldog choke. I think
Will Ospreay's gonna win and they're gonna tell me to care, and I'm not gonna care. The match will be great. I'm not gonna care.
Yeah, they'll have an excellent match. I think
No, not Ospreay and Mox. Cause I don't know if Kenny Omega himself could have an excellent match with Mox in the Big 25. I'm talking about the likely final of Hangman and Ospreay.
Oh, that'll be. I've been looking forward to that. That'll be great. Yeah, that'll be a fantastic match. So it'll be nice to see that. And look, you guys can look forward to FTR as a heel. That should be.
Whoa, come on, bro. Come on, relax. Come on.
I mean, it was a great angle.
Good angle, but come on, bro.
Unfortunately,
let's relax.
Unfortunately, that's the one thing I'm looking at. That's one of two things I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Rob, you're
disgusting.
disgusting.
Tomorrow.
You're disgusting.
Sorry, bro. And Adam Cole's.
It's really only me and Crystal that stand for anything, huh?
Hey, listen, bro. Listen. At the end of at this point, and it was Dick riding AEW for a little minute, So, hey,
FTR are a great team, and I'm happy that they have a new direction. So we'll see how it goes, and you guys can look forward to Edge and Christian reuniting. So,
oh my god, yo, that's the best part. Oh my god, 300, 499. Mox being mid right now just defeats my agenda of him being the best member. His 29, I think, member of the Shield, 2019 to 2022 run still undefeated.
Bro, niggas can say whatever they want about who the best member of the Shield is, bro. I'm not defending anybody.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care what I think the truth is. I'm not defending Mox. Nigga, defend yourself.
$1 billion.
Have Pat come out and defend you on Twitter. Have Claudio defend you on Twitter, bro. I'm not doing it.
only one member drew $1 billion quarters. Hush 199. We not feeling Swerve Mox Eliminator match win? No, bro. No.
Yo, it would be. Could you imagine if Tony pivoted and did a Swerve Mox rematch where Swerve won on TV?
Yo, if Tony did that, are we pretending like everything from Wednesday night to then didn't happen? Like we're just gonna act like we're just gonna forgive him?
I would tweet, okay.
we're just gonna forgive TK, bro.
I would just be like, all right, bro.
Yo, at this point, son, I don't care if it makes sense or not. Like, Mox got to get out the main event scene, bro. This is terrible what he's doing.
You don't care who it is at this point?
I don't care what it is, bro.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
on anybody, bro.
Yo, what the
Hangman,
hell? Someone said the
Hang,
ring goes. Yo, someone in the chat said the ring goes smell crazy for FTR versus Cope and Christian. What the hell?
yo,
What the
whoa,
hell?
That's a
whoa,
fact.
what,
It's gonna smell
What?
crazy in there.
what? I
No,
don't even know what that
just read the
means.
next. Just read the next super chat, bro.
Ish, member of the Discord.
FTR is gonna bring
Funan-
Matt Coon as a second and shit.
oh my god, yo.
I like Matt.
Oh,
We don't got to
oh
do that.
I
god.
bet you do, bro.
I like Matt.
Ish ish $5. Hangman is never touching that title, man. Yeah.
Yo,
Has he won any other title? I know
maybe
he won the Ring of Honor 6-man belts, but those
he
belts
has
are
a
bad.
he has a lot of overlaps with Drew McIntyre. Both of them last year had a great year and with a great character direction, and this year they're both like they're just being played with, and it's just like, all right, man, you know. Brandon A1. Darby has to come back with the greatest story match when he comes back to make it work. Either, I mean, I
Bro,
guess.
nothing Darby does when he comes back is gonna make me like. And I'm not blaming Darby.
Yeah,
I
it's not
want
his
you to
fault.
understand. I'm
It's
not
not his.
blaming
It's not his
Darby.
promotion.
Darby is not the booker, bro. Like, I'm blaming TK. There's nothing you can do that come back that'll make it be like, yo, this last however many months was worth it. They're not worth it. Mox should have never won the belt, bro. It should have been Darby who beat Danielson or Swerve that beat Danielson. Why are these two Seattle guys not retiring Bryan Danielson in Seattle?
Mhm.
They're young, bro. Darby's 32, Swerve's 33, 34, bro. These niggas have 10, 15 years left of their careers. Bro,
Mhm.
nobody ever thought that Darby was gonna have a year-long title reign anyway. Do the switch then. Put the title on him then. Give him the accolade of retiring Bryan Danielson. Then have a heel kill him for the belt, bro. Like,
I just.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But TK lets his talent bully him, and Mox put his foot down, so Mox is in charge.
I just thought it was a misfire. You don't like. Just don't dangle the match. Just don't dangle the match.
Nesha 23 says, I'm assuming Kiana James is coming back after Mania. Or also, is she a good wrestler? Is she being gassed by Diva Stan? She's all right.
The truth is in the middle. She's all right. Like she's all
Yo,
right.
how
Yeah,
did
she's
she
all
hide for a year that she got ACL'd?
I don't know.
She just hid it for a year, bro.
Yeah,
Nobody
just
reported
yeah.
it. They were just like, yo, she's hurt.
It just like just complete. It's great. The
More
transparent.
apparent surgery, and people were like, oh, that's why she's
Yo,
been out. And
yo,
they were like, no, she has a legit injury. But
bro,
nobody reported that she got ACL'd, bro.
bro, transparency for wrestling injuries has dropped a lot in recent years. It's dropped a lot. So
Johnny Burney 199. Give up on Hangman. I did and TK did 3 years ago.
Give up on all the baby faces. There's not a single baby face that you should be behind in all the wrestling.
I knew Mox wasn't losing the belt in the 3-week feud. Yeah,
low key.
we had that suspicion at the beginning, like when March 1st started, but then we kept believing, and
Bro, we just
silly us
believed,
for
bro.
believing.
We just believed.
Man, after seeing this Novi video, I have only one wish. Hashtag 1,000 days of Death Riders. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, could you imagine he doesn't even like Darby doesn't even win? Like they just keep going.
That would be like now I am trolling and I hate my fans and I just want to see how low this is.
Now he's trolling and now he hates his fans.
Yeah.
Bam, $5. Even do you think that the person that gave you the information on the day of to let the masses know to try to change the result?
No, it was not a thing of like leak this so it changes. No, the result was never changing, and it was more so just hey man, don't put your money on Swerve. He's not going over.
Also, three goats, Rob, Ao, and Ibu. Thank you, Bam, long-time member of the channel.
Shout out Bam, bro. Shout out the homie Bam.
Anwar Starwind, $5. At Fortune 4, does TK have a secret One Piece bounty on Paragraph Man because he's been skipping a lot of AEW live shows in his
Wait, who's
area?
Paragraph Man?
You talking about me?
You goes to the shows in this area.
Yeah, I do. I just don't publicize it because niggas be trying to jump me.
Yeah. Ibu don't put it out there anymore because the nigga ran down on him over the Miz, bro, at an AEW show.
Yeah, so
yo, a nigga gave Ibu an atomic wedgie.
Wasn't it what Wasn't it Meatwad that ran down on you over the Miz?
No, Meatwad ran down on me over Jay White. I was at Full Gear. And this nigga Russ was like, yo, stop fucking tweeting me about Jay White, bro. Stop talking about get off Jay White dick. I was like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, yo, stop playing with Jay White, man. I'm not playing no more, bro. Da, da, da. And then ran away. I was like, who the fuck?
That nigga was ready to blink you over Jay White.
I was like, who the fuck is that?
Yo, Pete, Evil, stop talking about Jay White though. Pete,
No,
stop talking about. Stop talking
hey
about
man,
Jay White.
Literally, now I lurk at wrestling shows. The funniest one was when I was at NXT and I'm walking with my brother, and like every 2 seconds, hey, are you Ibu? I was like, yeah, what's up, man? He's like, what's good? What are you doing in NXT? I'm like,
Yo, you gotta
man.
start wearing a Bali, son. Shit, bro. Just start wearing a shiesty. What it is.
Low key, bro. The funniest. Hey, did I ever tell you how I met Chris Gentle, bro?
Yeah, you guys crossed swords at the urinal, right?
Oh, brother. Nigga, I ran into him. I was like, Chris Gentle, and he looked at me. And you know that moment where like you can see in someone's eyes that they realize like who the person they're looking at is, like you recognize. So he looks and he makes a face like, oh fuck, and I just and it kind of like nods, like waves his hand or whatever. Was like, all right, anyway, Blackie, and then like walked away. But yeah, I don't like being recognized at shows, and I don't publicize when I go out anymore because niggas is weird. But I'm at all the AEW East Coast shows.
No, Bam, I got you. I brought your question up.
There was a Randy super chat I just saw, I think, and he didn't.
CM Lawrence, €2. Who do you want? And who do you think will face Randy?
I've seen people pitch Miro or Aleister Black. Here is the problem. Those guys would have to beat Randy. And Randy losing in a match, originally he was going to win and punt Kevin Owens. And then the next show is Backlash in St. Louis. And I think Randy is going to face John Cena for the title at Backlash. The thing is, how can Randy be a hot challenger if he loses at Mania? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a tough situation now. Like Randy Orton, like if I'm booking him in Miro, which I don't mind booking that match, Miro has to beat him. You know, Miro has to beat him, and then it's like, okay, if Randy loses, how does he get heated up again? In do you just do the fucking shit they did with AJ last year, where he lost tonight at Mania, and then he just, I don't know, he just won a contender match like on TV and then faced AJ? Like, I guess you could do that. I guess you could, but that's kind of where I'm at. I think Miro's probably like the best choice. People said Nick Aldis. I don't think now is the moment for Nick Aldis to come out of retirement to wrestle.
We good.
People have said Karrion Kross. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not.
You're not tired, bro. Bro. At this point, I'm tired of that nigga talking to himself on Twitter, bro. It's getting kind of embarrassing.
Yo,
he just be talking to himself.
Niggas run those tweets up too, bro. Like niggas just let him get away with it.
Karrion Kross is facing AJ Styles next week on Raw. It's gonna be his first match on WWE TV in a single setting since like last summer, I want to say. And I'll be completely honest with you guys, without being hyperbolic, I think that match will determine whether he gets another deal or not. I think if his match with AJ Styles is terrible, like he's just not going to get renewed. And I think that match is like promising, if not actively good, he like saves his WWE career. I don't want to see him at Mania against Randy Orton though. That's a waste of a spot.
Wait, when is that match?
Next Monday on Raw.
I'm locked in.
Fuck.
AJ's gonna try the backflip DDT again, and Cross is not gonna know what to do with it.
Oh my god! Yo, check. Y'all remember how viral that clip went when AJ did his patented moonsault reverse DDT, or tried to, and Cross completely blew the spot. So AJ was just like, all right, I'm just gonna AJ like tried to give him like a suplex or something, and Cross was like sandbagging him. And he was just like, bro, weird. Like it was just like 3 blown spots in a row. And then allegedly, AJ
wasn't very happy about
it. Wasn't very happy when he hit Gorilla.
Yeah, look. Someone else suggested Sami Zayn should return and defend the honor of Kevin Owens against Randy. Doesn't make any sense. Last time we saw Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens paralyzed him by powerbombing him into the apron. And in the build to their match for Elimination Chamber, Kevin Owens rolled up on Sami Zayn's house and was like stalking his family. So Sami Zayn being like, how dare you do that to my friend is crazy. That'd be like bad storytelling. So again,
anything, Kevin.
Some people are saying, look, here's the thing. Some people are saying, just throw Sheamus at him. you could do an exhibition match where they just have a match. You could do that, but it's like that's not WrestleMania. E. So at least, again, the best case scenario here realistically is Miro beating him. But even then, like I said, it puts Randy in a tough spot since he's challenging for the title at the next pay-per-view. So we'll see what they end up doing with Randy Orton. Thank you, Johnny.
TK promised Darby like he did a Scorpio TNT run. Crazy.
I don't know, but maybe.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Someone-
I feel like that Scorpio TNT run was contracted, bro. That was crazy.
we got
Someone
one.
said.
Go ahead.
Someone said, "Ayo," or Peyton said, "Ayo, what's your Waffle House order?"
Peak comedy, but I don't know. I don't know.
Mm,
I've never
I
eaten
just-
at Waffle House.
I've only eaten at Waffle House at like 4 a.m. drunk out of my mind, son. Like I've never been there sober before in my life.
Ayo, we need a fuck you Tony chance, but AEW crowds suck now.
That will never happen.
Yeah, that's not happening.
That will never happen.
Bro, they were members
Fans
of
will
the
never
fan base.
fans will never turn against their bookers ever again, bro. Like
Yeah.
shit's so
Yes.
like team sports now, but not even team sports in a way that's like when you know ownership is like fucking up, you let them have it. It's team sports in a way it's just like I can't let the other team know that I'm upset because people are like, hey yo, chill, you're giving the drones ammo. You're giving the drones ammo. They're tagging me and posting like, look, hey yo, the drones are celebrating that you're angry. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Like I'm supposed to tell you this is good. So WWE fans aren't like happy at my expense, my nigga.
Oh
No,
my
they say it's
God.
bad. If it's bad, I'm saying it's bad, bro. Like, what are
Oh
you
my
talking
God.
about?
No. Stop.
Like, hey, yo, we can't be giving the drones ammo, yo. Bro, I hope they run it up, bro. Everybody laugh at TK. Everybody point and laugh at this nigga, bro. What he did was embarrassing. Point and laugh at him. Everybody.
Desmond Deshay says 199. I need Jay White to return ASAP, and I say no, you don't.
Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
No, you don't. No,
Come on, bro.
no, you don't. Hush 199. Does Mox have Roman power in the dub that bad? Would
He definitely has
It's pretty
really,
bad.
really high say so on what he does with his own stuff.
Could you see Sacred Arrow 199? Could you see Liv taking a spear for Dom? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for
She'll
the
probably
other
bump her ass off
199
for
too,
that.
Sacred Arrow.
Hmm.
Bam, thanks, Rob. No, definitely, brother. Chief Eva, what do you think of Tibbs moving to the front office and bringing in Malone for head coach?
I think if Malone comes in, Tibbs is out. I don't think they're going to be in at the same time. I think it's going to be one or the other.
I don't know what Tibbs in any front office looks like anyway. I don't know why. I don't think like he's known for like bringing in his guys from like Chicago or like Minnesota or whatever. But like other than that, like what moves does Tibbs make that like niggas are like, yo, this is a good basketball move. He just brings in his guys that used to let him play them 40 minutes a game and didn't complain and played hard and like played defense for like 40 minutes.
I'll put it to you like this: if the Knicks get swept by the Celtics in round 2, Thibodeau's getting fired.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
Yeah.
he's been there longer than I thought, bro. I saw a tweet today. He was like, "Yo, you got hired in 2020. I didn't even remember it was that long ago."
Yeah. He's coached 4 winning seasons out of the 5, I believe. So,
The Beast Mortos said the JD from New York rant was funny as hell too. I didn't see it.
Bro, come on, bro. Don't put that nigga over on our program. DB the Sage said, "Are y'all gonna go back to the old super chats at some point, or y'all just get in what you fit?" Every super chat is getting read. Every single one's getting read.
Yeah, they're all getting read. And honestly, Rob, I don't know how you're keeping up with it because I don't want you.
No, I was keeping up with the ones because I didn't know how long AO was staying, so I was reading the ones from when he came
I'm chilling, bro.
I'm aware.
All
But
right,
what I'm saying, Rob, is just go in order and don't just so you don't get confused or you miss something. You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
whatever.
no. I'm gonna go back to because there are no chronological ones. Danielson choosing Mox to go over is like Sir Alex Ferguson choosing David Moyes to replace him.
Bryan Danielson is culpable in a lot of this Death Rider stuff.
Yeah, bro, this is yo. If you're in Fortune, bro, we've been telling y'all since July that a lot of this is Danielson's idea.
All right,
I'm telling y'all since July, bro. Before he won the title.
They've been simpatico. They've been on the same page for a lot of this.
Yeah, bro. He's not
Sway,
he's not our ally in this.
I
Sway
mean, look,
199. Oh,
we know what Booker Brian Danielson studied under.
Yeah.
oh.
Who did he say was like a father to him?
Sway 199. Who you taking? Braun Breaker, Kyle Fletcher. Between those two,
Nigga, Big Fletch, what are we talking about?
yeah, he's a better wrestler, but Braun Breaker is fucking incredible, and I would take very few guys in that age range over Braun Breaker.
How old is
Kyle
Braun
Fletcher,
Breaker?
he's like 25, 26, I want to say.
Let me see.
Maybe he's 27. I'm not sure.
He is 27, turning
Okay.
28 in October. Kyle Fletcher, I think he's 26 now.
DB the Sage.
Kyle Fletcher is 26.
DB the
Turning
Sage.
27 in December.
999. Triple H referred to the women's three-way participants as the three pillars. EOFC, we up. All jokes aside, though, EO losing at Mania after all this intentional little broing would be tragic booking.
I don't mind any winner that isn't Rhea Ripley, personally. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And internally, they are seen as the top three women in the company.
Yeah, no, definitely. EO's
What matches does Rhea have to support that theory?
Hey, man, you know.
Hey, Chuck, what matches does Rhea have to support that, Chuck?
The Charlotte match, bro.
List the match. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's be
The Charlotte
serious.
match, bro.
Let's be serious.
Dame 199
Bro,
EO Sky hashtag good woman.
Nigga said EO is Kobashi. Yeah, EO is Kobashi. Bianca's Misawa, and Rhea is Toriano.
Yo, hi, bro.
Dame said EO Sky hashtag good woman.
I agree.
I agree. Name I will never say. $5. Thoughts on a 2-woman power trip with Naomi and heel Bianca. Bianca beats Io for the title in the summer, and Naomi does the same with Tiffany.
Bro, Naomi's gotten herself over on that level, but you trust this is not me fed back. You genuinely trust WWE's offices to like give Naomi the ball and be like, yo, you deserve this. You've earned this. Here's
I will
the world
say,
title.
they were slightly unconvinced as to how well this Naomi Jade thing was going to turn out. And they were waiting for any excuse to put that shit on WrestleMania SmackDown. And they're sitting back and they're like, God damn, Naomi's going crazy right now. Like, she's doing a really good job. And so they have been impressed with her. I think now it really depends because I don't think she's going to beat Jade, you know. But like the truth is, long term, who's going to be better off, Jade or Naomi? And look, all I know is Naomi's very adaptable. She knows what she's doing. So she's gonna stay above water. I don't know how Jade's gonna turn out.
What would you do? What would you do with? What are you doing with Jade for the rest of 2025?
That's a great fucking question. Charlotte wants to work her, but we'll see how that goes.
Oh my god. Yo, for shoot. Yo, remember that? Remember when Funk Flex put his hands up when Tyler the Creator was doing that freestyle?
Yes.
I got dead when you put my hands up. I was like, whoa.
Hold on. Hey, yo.
Let's all relax, bro.
Hey, yo, could you imagine what that live segment looks like?
Son.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Ryan, Triple H praising the he means the 6-man tag chronically online. That was so funny. We were with Self-Made talking about that. Joaquin Wilde's going crazy. Triple H posts Joaquin's hot tag and it's just like, he's just like, what an athlete. Spectacular, incredible, breathtaking.
If only somebody could ever get this kid a push. Wait a minute.
It's your show. Like, what the fuck? Nigga wrestles like once every 2 months.
He's such a piece of shit, bro. He's a literal piece of shit.
Bro,
Joaquin
wrestles once every 2 months, has a really good showing, and Triple H will be on Twitter like, man, what a talent Joaquin is. It's like, nigga.
Why isn't he like tag team champions? Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck, bro?
Baydoon 499. Hey guys, love Self-Made. It's been the best part of my day on a lot of days. Appreciate y'all. Anything on Randy Orton? Definitely appreciate you, bro. Anything on Randy Orton? Is he working Mania? Yes, he's working Mania. We don't know get to.
Yeah. Randy's still working the show. They're looking for an opponent. I asked, is it Aldis? And they were just kind of like, hey, that hasn't been decided. Was what they told me.
What?
Yeah, no.
Like, how do these people that want him to work all these? How do they expect him to do a 2-week build on a nigga who hasn't wrestled in 3 years now, 4 years now?
And here's the thing. I think all this is going to wrestle. This is not how they're going to set that up, bro. They're not going to do a thing where at the last thing is like, well, I guess now it'll be me who dirties my hands, Randy. Like, it's not going to be that. Also,
these Jones, you niggas never watch Nick Aldis wrestle, bro. This is not what you want, son.
Yeah.
This is not what you want, my nigga. Like,
he's
it be the same niggas complaining about Cody's style too, bro. Nick Aldis makes Cody Rhodes seem like 2004 AJ Styles, bro. Like, come on, my nigga. Let's relax. You've never seen him wrestle.
Cody's
There's a reason.
Cody's
You've seen pictures of him holding a title, and you're like, yo, so he wrestles? Bet, let's do this.
Bro, Cody's like the work rate moves guy of the NWA style. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a reason why he was like the world champion in NWA for like 3 years.
I don't even
Nick Aldis was winning the NWA World Championship when they were running at carnivals, bro.
Here's my thing. I don't even think Nick Aldis is a bad worker, but he's very like unspectacular, and I think WWE fans would like be shocked to just see that like he's kind of just like a punch kick headlock dude. You know what I mean? So it's like,
shout out early NWA Power though, good TV show. Hush 199. Triple H using X like Facebook. TK, what have you done? One and only 199. Braun Spear last night was like a receipt for Goldberg.
Yeah, Triple H hates Goldberg so much that when Goldberg tweeted I got the best spear, he was like, yeah, we're going to have Braun do a spectacular spear next week.
Yo, Suji's going to get it back in blood. I'm not even worried about it. and we're not going to have to use CGI like some niggas did, like some Nepo babies.
Oh, brother.
Ryan Sacchini 279. All of the celebrities have new Netflix programs. Okay.
I guess.
Not shitting on your super chat, but like if that's the reason, then okay, WWE. Not Josh Toffee, 199. Lyra quietly having an amazing title reign. Yes,
Lyra is
really good matches.
Lyra is so solid. Here's the thing. This is how you know she's good. A lot of the Diva stands were really, really fucking mean to her early on because she's not this big personality. She's not she doesn't have that like what's the word I want to use? She doesn't act the way like a lot of the wrestlers like they act. Like she just acts like a real person. She acts like herself, you know. She's not doing this kind of like just she's not a conventional diva type, right? She's just a real normal person and she's a good worker. And so a lot of like diva stands kind of shout on her. And what I'm getting at is she's not even like a WWE type of women's wrestler, truthfully. Like literally, she's just a person that wrestles. And rarely does a person that wrestles get over in WWE. And she's starting to just get over now by being a person that wrestles.
So does that mean that there is a chance for KC Squared to get over?
No, because they're not nearly as good as her. Like
they do moves, huh, bro? They do moves.
They do moves, and it's cute. They're not good at like here's the thing. In WWE, if you're just a wrestler, you have to really, really be good to get over. Like Io Sky, for example, great presence, great look, excellent wrestler. That's why it worked. You got to be a really high-end worker to get over off your wrestling in WWE. So it started to work with Chad Gable too, and then Hunter was like, "Actually, we're gonna make you a clown again." But nevertheless,
Chad Gable always had a big personality, though. Like
he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he did.
He always had a big personality.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. Make sure
their gimmick is not it. What's their gimmick? I don't know what their gimmick is. Kaden and
we're party girls. We like to have fun. Like that's their gimmick.
Wait, that's real life though.
Yeah. That's actually a shoot.
Niggas don't want to party with KC Square.
Come on, man. they as a shoot they go to raves and shit. That's why they just
niggas don't want to party with Kaden.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. 199. Thank you for 199. One and only 199 has Braun overthrown MJF as the biggest future star.
I don't look at MJF as a future star. MJF is a present like star. MJF is like a current now. Like he's in his prime now. He's arrived as a main event wrestler. That like MJF like was the potential guy in like 2020. You know, like the idea of looking at MJF as a prospect for the future, that was years ago. You know, MJF is like in his like prime now. It's like calling Jason Tatum like a future star to me.
He's only 19 years old, Evo.
Yeah, like that shit that's over, bro. Someone in the chat said it's Braun over. Yeah. Evo, can you give us some names to look out for big pushes post Mania? Does AEW think the Dynasty angle is successful with all the backlash? All right, so
yo, is Melo getting a big post-Mania push?
I have not heard anything remotely. No,
Yo, Rob, what are you doing?
You good, bro?
Yo, Rob, you good?
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Yep. Yep. Come on, man. Come on. All right. Some of these are like the most obvious ever, but like the people that are gonna get big springs.
Natty Nightheart.
No.
Okay.
She will be wrestling on TV again though. So niggas can look forward to that.
Rob, I'm watching you stream. Why are you trying not to laugh?
All right. I'll give niggas an E-bomb. Stephanie Vacquer.
E-bomb is crazy.
Yeah, Stephanie Vacquer. That's your first one. Braun Breaker is another one. CM Punk is another one.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is another one.
Oh, brother.
This motherfucker's getting a big push all
They're planning
year.
on
God
pushing
damn.
anybody good?
Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed.
Ah.
Nigga said, what about Ilya, brother? Ilya's back in October.
Bro, he's not. Yeah. It'll be a big spring for the Kabuki Warriors. So they'll be back.
Kyrie in 2025, huh? Interesting.
Hey man, she's been boxing lately. I don't know.
Yo, come on. Yo, you imagine Kyrie comes back and just punching niggas and he's like, the best pure striker in the WWE is the kickboxing lessons.
That'd be so fast.
We're locked in. Shooter Kyrie. Shooter
Kyrie is crazy.
Yo, can you imagine?
Yo, she just adopts the entire Death Riders gimmick.
Oh my god. Can you imagine Vanessa Kyrie just grappling in a gym, like in a rundown freaking. Oh man.
Yeah, nigga. So what about Tyler Bate, Ebu?
He'll wrestle on the show.
Yo, what did Regal do to that nigga's life, bro?
Come on, man. Come on.
Regal, you sick.
Come on, man. But yeah, the main names. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, Stephanie Vacquer. Those are like your big names as like your spring projects. There was a thing they were gonna do with Kevin Owens. Should I say this? So they wanted. I'll just say it. So they're gonna
Dragon Lee. No.
I mean, he's gonna be used. He is being used. Like they like using him on the show now. Finally, someone in the back was like, you know what, Hunter? I kind of do like Dragon Lee. He kind of reminds me of Rey Mysterio. It's like, anyway.
Who got pinned in the 6-man last night, Ebu?
Anyways,
who got pinned?
They were gonna turn Seth Rollins, and the idea was gonna be a loose affiliation with him, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre. This was going to be the big hook for your European TVs. And that got delayed and then changed and then delayed. That was a big reason why Drew McIntyre was frustrated. Nevertheless, I do think...
Wait, so how early was Seth Rollins supposed to get turned?
I'm not sure, but like this whole Mania season was supposed to be his big transition. And Hunter has reconfigured a lot of that to still kind of happen in a completely different way, though. But a few weeks ago on SmackDown, they had Drew and Seth walk into each other backstage. That was meant to be the Triple H like hint that it's still on. But nevertheless, the Triple Threat feud has been a bore. I'm very up and down on it. There's weeks where I kind of like the segment. There's weeks where it's like whatever. My biggest thing, and I've said it a lot, is that I wish there was more direct personal animosity for like personal reasons rather than like Heyman based stuff. The Heyman stuff is starting to come together better like after last night, but still like I just feel, and I don't know if it's because maybe someone in the back don't do it. I wish Punk unloaded a clip on Roman Reigns, like, and it's almost like Roman has a protective wall, and vice versa. I wish Roman unloaded the clip on Punk, and they haven't really done that much, and it feels like a bit of a missed opportunity, and yeah, that's what I'll say on that. You know what? I'll talk about the Seth segment now because this is the big thing I was going to cover on this show. So we'll go to that now. Paul Heyman was at the end of Raw, folks, and he was very, very conflicted. Raw ended with Paul Heyman. And here was your recap. He's in the ring. He did his introduction, and he said that he'll always be loyal to Roman Reigns. Then he said, I'll always be loyal to my best friend, CM Punk. He said, just because I'm loyal to both of them doesn't mean that I'll ever be disloyal to either of them. So he's a slut. Heyman said, when it comes to Mania, let me get one thing perfectly clear. And then Seth Rollins came out. Seth is doing his like freaking shtick for about 2 minutes, but ultimately, he said that this is all about Paul Heyman, and he told him that he basically said that like you're not on anybody's side. He took his glasses off and he told Heyman, Roman Reigns doesn't give a damn about you. He said that Reigns uses Heyman and that Reigns doesn't respect Paul Heyman. Seth brought up WrestleMania last year. He said Roman lost his title, and then he left you to be in the hands of Solo Sikoa, who didn't treat you well. He said everyone wondered when someone was going to come and save Heyman, and brought up how Reigns didn't come to save Heyman. Instead, Reigns left Heyman to get massacred in his hometown in front of his children by Jacob Fatu. Seth Rollins then said CM Punk, his best friend in the world, was also not there to save you. Rollins recalled how Punk walked out on everybody in WWE, Heyman included. Rollins said that Punk tried to tear down everything Heyman created while in WWE. And then Seth said that he said, you and Punk love to reminisce about War Games. He said, Punk was not your first choice to join the team at War Games. It was me.
No, it's really bad. I'm out, bro. Oh, this was a lot of fun, y'all. Yo, Punk is so bad. Seth is so bad. AO is Raw, pause. Reported live from, I was supposed to be doing work, but I fucked with y'all instead, bro. So,
Thank you, AO.
joint self-made.
Thank you, brother.
Will I watch NXT tonight? Probably not. Maybe I will. I don't know. We see
Everybody ping and harass AO.
For the last one, right before you leave, Ibu, by the way, we blaming Ibu for the Mox one. He jinxed it like with Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39.
Oh, brother.
Also, Sami Zayn gave the spot.
Everybody bully AO to watch NXT, even though I'm not even going to be there. Just bully him. Yeah. So then, anyway, where are we?
War Games. You were at War Games.
Yeah, Seth basically said, bro, I was the first choice to join and I declined. And he said Punk was the last choice, and Punk only did it because he knew he could get a favor out of Heyman. Rollins said that Punk loves nobody but himself and that he is not Paul Heyman's best friend. Seth said, I feel bad for you, Paul, because you're between a rock and a hard place. And he said it would be easier if Heyman just removed himself from the situation and the equation. And he let him, Roman, and Punk battle it out for the soul of the industry. Rollins wondered out loud if there was a way to remove Heyman from the situation. And then he told Paul that it would be for his own good. He said that he would take it as a privilege to remove Heyman from the situation right here, right now. Rollins said it would be quick and easy. One quick stomp and it's all over. Seth said nobody was there to save him. And then he starts going like, how much are you worth, Paul? He pulls like the lapel out of his like thingy and was just like, how much are you worth, Paul? And he says, Punk always says, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. How much are you worth? He starts kind of pushing him and slapping him up. And then Heyman was like, get your damn hands off of me. And Seth shoves him to the corner. He's clearly trying to lure out CM Punk. Punk comes out. They brawl a little bit. Seth gives Punk a curb stomp. That gives him the opportunity to curb stomp Paul Heyman, who's in a compromised position. He spares Paul Heyman, grabs the microphone and says, now you owe me a favor. What did you make of this angle, Rob, before I give my personal analysis on this?
Like I said earlier in the show, I feel like like I said earlier on in the show, I feel like when Seth Rollins is the visionary, that guy that was jigging on Vince McMahon's table for a WrestleMania match, he kind of fucking sucks. But when he goes from being that to being the Seth Rollins that when he's talking to CM Punk, he's kind of serious and he's about his fucking business, and Seth Rollins is the one I like. But other than that, like I feel like this story is just like Seth Rollins still just feels very shoehorned into this to me, or it just feels like, bro, all three of these people just feel shoehorned into something that they didn't want to do, besides like one person who wanted to do one of these things. And it's just like, it just doesn't feel like, and I know you kind of liked it towards the end last night, and I kind of did too, but it's just like, also, Seth, that's not how fucking favors work, my nigga. That's not how favors work. You don't just spare a nigga's life and say you owe me a favor. That's not how favors work. I don't know. But all in all, it was good for what Rollins did towards the end of it, and Rollins did make some good points though too.
Yeah, he did.
And he did make some good points. CM Punk did kind of leave everybody high and dry, which he keeps fucking repeating. But not only that, he Roman Reigns also did kind of leave Paul Heyman high and dry to deal with Solo and the Tongans. So
Okay,
all in all, I think it served its purpose.
so what I liked about it, I like when Seth is the truth teller, and throughout a lot of this year, he is what Drew McIntyre was last year, a consistent, well-written character who applies basic logic given the situation that he's involved in. I like the use of continuity because Seth was a spare part in this conflict, and they used the war games to tie him back in, which does make sense because again, he was a guy who was approached to do this thing, and Punk only did it for his own personal benefit. So that's that's a relevant thing to bring up. So I like that. I also would say Seth's performance was pretty good because he slowly transitions into this kind of manipulative, gaslighting, and sinister guy. Because he starts to kind of eerily circle Paul Heyman as he's talking. He's like circling him slowly. He starts to touch his shoulder a little bit. It's a little like sinister. It's a little kind of like unsettling. And then that's when he's like, how much you worth, Paul? And he's like he's running his hand down his like fucking collar and shit. I thought the way Seth kind of like transitioned into this kind of darker character, and he starts seeing the eyes shadowed out. I thought that was actually pretty well done. And it reminds me that I like Seth Rollins as a heel. I like when he's doing that. In fact, hot take, Rob, I thought early Monday Night Messiah was good. Like,
yes,
that's a gimmick that people shit on. The beginning of that gimmick, he was like good. It got ridiculous and like stupid and bad, and the storylines were like terrible. Like with the Aleister Black shit with the eye stuff, like that was bad. But like the early transition into that gimmick and the way he was talking, when Seth Rollins is kind of like just descending into madness, like he does a good job at like his like kind of slow speaking voice.
yes.
So I like that. The idea that clearly the writer of this segment looked at it like a movie scene where a guy has like a gun in his pocket and is talking to another person, and the curb stop is clearly a gunshot, and he let off the shot next to Heyman's head, and was just kind of like, next time it's going for your head, you owe me a favor. That's clearly like the idea, but obviously it's also kind of silly because I'm watching it in practice, and it's like he owes you a favor because you didn't curb stop him. That's kind of silly, but part of me feels like they know that just Punk being accompanied by him is just a very weak story. I feel like WWE realizes like, all right, that's kind of weak. We need like another thing to add an extra level of intrigue. And so now they're doing the whole thing of what is Seth Rollins cooking involved in this. So, all in all, it's setting up a three-way standoff between the three dudes. Heyman being in the middle of it, and I'll say this: for a custody of Heyman storyline, which is a story that I didn't ask for or want, it's made for decent television, even though again, it's not necessarily a story that I was asking for, is what I would say. So that's what I thought about the angle. I thought it was a good segment. I feel like whenever it's all three of the guys, and also let me clarify something. Last night, Rob, I tweeted, notice how when it's two of the three guys, it clicks. People thought I was taking a shot at Roman. What I was saying was that it could be any of the two. It doesn't have to just be Seth and Punk. When Punk and Seth kind of go back and forth, it's good. When Punk goes back and forth with Roman, it's good. When Seth kind of talks shit to Roman, it's good. When all three are in the same spot, the segments don't come together for me. So that's what I
meant, you dangerous simian, because you said it in the Discord last night.
Anyways, what I tweeted.
What the fuck?
I explained what I tweeted. I thought about it, and what I really realized is it doesn't matter which two it is.
He's a liar.
Any of the two, and the segment clicks. When it's three, doesn't work. That's my take on that. And before we go to the other super chat, I also want to touch on the Jey Uso promo. Jey Uso, all business, all black, walked out, and he went face to face with Gunther. And he said a lot of things, but he basically like humanized Gunther. And what I liked about this promo, Rob, was it adds the kind of like personal element of wrestling in the sense that like these guys do bad things to each other on TV. And at the end of the day, they have a home to go to, and they have a family to attend to. They have like kids, they have a wife, they have mothers and fathers. And it's like we watch these people beat each other up and fight and do all this stuff, but it's like there's a personal element to that, like because if you like think about it in terms of like reality. And so I like that Jey Uso basically said that, like, look, you got a wife, right? You know, and ultimately his whole promo was just that he let his mother down because he allowed his brother to get beaten down, and his mother saw that. And he basically said, look, man, the night before the show, I'm going to lay my head down and pray and ask the Lord for forgiveness. And he said he's going to do that because at WrestleMania, he's going to get him. And the bottom line is Jey Uso has quiet, controlled rage, the kind of rage where it's like, I'm just going to kill you like at that match. And he tried to strike fear in Gunther. He made a point to say that he was afraid of Gunther, that he hit a moment of clarity in the middle of the ring during that beatdown. And he realized he's not afraid of him anymore. And this is a good promo. And once again, Rob, when Jey Uso is serious, when Jey Uso has something to talk about, he cuts a hell of a promo. And it's unfortunate that it took halfway through the segment for the crowd to realize we should probably stop yeeting. But eventually,
That shit was mad annoying too.
Yeah, bro, this dude's talking about like,
have some fucking self-control. Jesus Christ.
You hospitalized my brother. Yeet. It's like, brother, we're not having fun here. Like, he's dead serious, So, that's the deal with that. And I thought that was a good segment. What did you think of Jey Uso's promo, Rob? Did you catch it?
Yes, I loved this promo. Jay is really good at displaying emotion in his promos. Like, I know everybody was making fun of him last week for his emotion during the Jimmy Uso segment, but like when he cuts these very clearly you're supposed to be emotionally invested promos, he really does lock in a lot of the time, and he cuts a very well put emotional promo. I like the fact that he tied in him and his brother basically like to get the emotional aspect of it. He tied in him and his brother's relationship. He tied in his mom, how his mom felt about it. And it's just like he really at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is he gets it. He really, like, as much as his wrestling may not be up to par or be up to the standard that everybody wants it to be, but at the end of the day, Jey Uso does get the pro wrestling aspect of pro wrestling, and it's that you have to convey how you feel so the audience feels how you feel. And so I like the Gunther basically like going from the shit eating grin to being like, oh shit, he's dead ass, like he's dead serious. Like, am I supposed to be like kind of worried? But at the end of the day, I think it achieved what it's supposed to. So
yeah, I agree. We could pick it back up the super chat, Rob, so we can close this thing out.
All right. North American wrestling is dead. Long live Shinniho from 300.
New Japan is having a good year. I just watched last night. I watched Goto versus David Finlay. Match was fantastic. It was fucking fantastic. Vernacular.
No, that match was great.
$4.99 going to Mania. So I was pretty pressed about the card. At this point, I'm just excited to have the weekend off, drunk, yelling about Iron Cross booking. Oh well. It's crazy. Like I said this before, this card is like insane in the sense of like, how is this the card you come up with this roster? But even with that said, and I'm not saying this to justify like the build because it doesn't. I do think Mania will be a good show ultimately. So if you're like someone going to the show and you're like kind of like sad, bummed out about it, I think you're gonna see a good show. But the card is like just objectively insane. Thank you, Vernacular.
Right. Jumanji Hunter $2. Oba should take the belt from Jay at Backlash. No.
I wonder what they're gonna do with Obafemi.
I wonder if he stays.
Yeah, I feel like somebody in that triple threat match is probably gonna get called up. But it's just like Trick still needs more time, and Javon, it's probably too early. Obafemi might get called up, but it's like I don't want him called up unless there's like a direct plan to push him immediately.
Right, like I don't want him sitting around doing nothing like Melo is, bro. Like and obviously like he's much taller than Melo, and a lot of niggas will gimmick around and be like, oh, he's way better than Melo. But like realistically speaking, at the end of the day, these are two niggas, and I don't want one nigga sitting next to the other nigga in catering doing nothing as niggas. So like, yeah. Average Limp Bizkit enjoyer, £9.99. I think I'd rather rewatch Michael Cole's entire heel run from than listen to another second of Pat McAfee in a period of mostly bad / mediocre commentators. He is still somehow bottom of the barrel, bro. He's
Terrible.
so bad.
Terrible.
Yo, with the whole time Jey Uso's making his entrance, he's just like shut
Yeah,
the
bro,
fuck up, bro. Like
he is
shut
really,
up.
really bad. Yeah, he's really.
Bro, I when they told us last night while we were on Worldwide that Tony Hinchcliffe. Remember, we got like scared that it was gonna be Tony Hinchcliffe and Pat McAfee for like 2.5 hours.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
great. Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
DB the Sage. Are y'all going back to old super chats? Oh, we did. Okay, so
Yep.
we did that.
DB.
Sacred Arrow 499. Do you think Naomi will hold the women's title this year? Is she winning at Mania?
I think that there's a chance that she's so undeniable that they end up give like Liv Morgan last year. They gave her a belt where I was like, "You're doing such good work. We're gonna give you a title run." She might have that middle of the year. Naomi might have a middle of the year title run. It would not surprise me. She's been doing a lot of really strong work lately.
Right. What match would you have main event Evolution? I don't know, but Bianca needs to be in it.
I think Bianca Rhea should main event Evolution.
Yeah. Kale of Kale, 20 Mexican pesos. Should I be scared by the Rock stuff? Don't know, so.
No, but all I would say is that shit happens. Shit happens, and ultimately, that's it. Shit happens, and there's nothing to be scared about it already. Whatever happened, and is what it is.
Desmond Deshay, 199. Lyra and Sol Ruka are a pleasure to watch.
I agree.
Yes, and I think Sol Ruka will need another year before you call her up. I think she's like good in ring, but she needs to get more fluid in hitting her dives. It feels like because some of the time it feels like she hesitates and she's about to hurt herself on some of her dives.
And she's still a little like mechanical about how she approaches wrestling, where it should be more natural. I think if it was up to me, you call up Stephanie, man. In a perfect world, I'm bringing Jordan up too, but like you call up Stephanie, I'd be tempted to call up Julia. I'd also call up like between Lola and Jada. I'd probably bring one of those girls up as well. Maybe even like Lash and Jakara for the tag division. And then as for NXT, you continue to build around Zarya, Sol, Kalani. I'm forgetting somebody. But a lot of those ladies. And then I'd also look into second half of the year. You bring up some of the Evolved ladies like Kendall Gray, Zara Zacher, things like that. So that's be how. Obviously you call up Roxanne as well. So there you go.
GB the Sage, 499. If we keep it in the stack, every opponent acts like the big dog era didn't happen. Assume Punk would be different, but nope. He kind of referenced the big dog, but it wasn't a direct reference. He probably will. We'll probably get another promo segment.
No, but Rob, I think what he's saying is that like Roman stories just kind of go the way they go. Like it doesn't matter who he works with, and I've accepted that. Like Roman Reigns, he does what he does in the style that he does it, and that comes with positives and negatives, and it kind of just is what it is at this point, truthfully.
We're not mentioning the big dog era. Corey David, $2. Ebu, that was me who met you at NXT Lola Dance.
I want to make it very clear that I did not do the Lola Vice dance camp.
Just for 199. Where do you guys see WWE in 5 years?
Even more corporate and even more soulless.
Oh yeah, you think UFC and Dana White's getting bad? Huh? They ain't got shit on. Mars, 199. What's up with Roxy? Is this an early 2024 Braun situation?
No, she was gonna do double duty, and they were gonna do her and Bailey, and then they ended up not doing her and Bailey. And again, it just is what it is. Things happen.
Black Yakuzu, $5. For as much as Ebu compares this Mania to WrestleMania 2000, there's only 3 actual multi-mans in right now. Everything else as singles. Now,
I'll check. Let's check back on that in a week.
I'm so sure. Mass 199. What you think Phoenix doing at Mania? Who knows? They could add niggas to the U.S. title match. But what you think Phoenix doing at Mania?
I'm honestly not sure. There's a non-zero chance that on the go home SmackDown to Mania they do him and Andrade, but we'll see what happens.
I don't think they put one Lucha brother on WrestleMania, not the other.
That's my thing. But the other one is like, why debut him now if he's not doing Mania? You could just easily just save them until after Mania, you know. So we'll see what happens.
Just did the ladder match.
Yeah. Rob,
Terminator.
we gotta zoom through these, Rob, because I gotta try to get.
Yeah, there's one left. There's one left.
Okay.
Well, this is the second to last one left. Any
Right.
word on if Mercedes and Athena will be at Boston? Assume TK, although distressed, is planning on big things for the victory lap on anti WCW show.
Yeah, I mean, I was told before they even did the Owen that like, so they were gonna do Athena and Mercedes at the pay-per-view. They were gonna do that. Then they decided against it because they configured the Owen bracket and chose to do it the way they're doing it. And I do think it's probably the Boston match. Yes.
And the last super chat of the day. Hush 199. Rock's got that Jade Creed heat on her at the moment.
I have to get more sourcing on that to have an accurate answer. So I don't. I'll refrain from that one. But as for Monday Night Raw, we spoke about Lyra and Bailey. I thought that match was awesome, and it's a shame that that's not the Mania match. I'll say this though: if Liv Morgan, because she was on a roll and then she stopped wrestling, if she rediscovers the form she was in at the start of this year, her and Raquel could have a killer match with Bailey and Lyra, considering how good their match was against remember how good remember the Liv and Raquel matches against Dakota and Io, and then also against Bianca and Naomi. Those are great matches. So I do think Lyra and Bailey versus Liv and Raquel. I think that could be terrific. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes on that one. The Lucha 6-person tag was really, really fun, and the Creeds were more dynamic than they had been in a minute. Chad Gable's an excellent pro wrestler. They're doing him as Grande Americano against Rey Mysterio, Rob. And I think that's a good match to have early in a WrestleMania undercard, like a good, lighthearted, fun wrestling match. My issue, again, I love Rey Mysterio, right? You're going to have a nice 3.5-star fun match. But, like, I wish they did it the other way around. I wish Rey lost to Grande on TV to set up Dragon Lee to get the Mania win, you know? Because it's like, damn, who gets the rub from beating Chad? It feels like Rey succeeds in defending the honor of Lucha Libre, but it's like, how long are we going to rely on Rey to be the guy? You know what I mean? To represent. So that's kind of my thing on that. Do you have any thoughts on that matchup for Mania?
I wish it could have been something more than what they said it as, but I mean, like we said it in South Bend last night, like it's just gonna be this thing that WWE. I think AO was the one that said it. It's just gonna be this thing where WWE is gonna put obviously the more casual, the casual viewer wrestler in Rey Mysterio. And it's like, yeah, it sucks that Dragon Lee's not getting his spot, but you know how it is, bro. It's funny how people thought Triple H would be very different from Vince, though he's not very different from Vince at all. So.
Yeah. All right. So here's your deal, folks. Expect the Liv's opponent at Mania to be Lyra and Bailey. Expect them to be their WrestleMania opponents. Expect a stipulation to be added this Friday to one of the existing WrestleMania matches. Expect a stipulation to be added to one of the existing WrestleMania matches. And then beyond that, we'll see what they end up doing with Randy. I hadn't heard anything as of yesterday as to who his opponent's going to be, but I'd imagine they're going to decide and set that up on Friday. They're going to have a meeting about it tomorrow, I want to say, and probably hammer that home. I'd imagine PW Insider is probably going to get the drop on that one. Expect PW Insider to get the drop on the Randy opponent. And like I said, on Friday, expect the stipulation added to one of the existing Mania matches. So that's the deal with that. The New Day heel stuff is not clicking for me, and their in-ring is not what it was as baby faces. My opinion on them against the War Raiders is if it's not in a pirate ship, I don't want it at Mania. So that's just my take on that. And then last but not least, Dom and Penta was fine. Dom is Dom. He, his Dom is Dom. And I thought the match was fine. And I still think Braun being in a 4-way is dumb. But I do think the more I thought about like the dynamics of the match and the layout, I do think that'll be a good match at Mania. I do think that's going to be a good match. But that's kind of it for Raw. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. We went 2 hours, 14 minutes. It's been a minute since I've done these, so I hope you guys enjoyed me being back on the show. Rob, appreciate you for holding it down and all the time that I've been gone. And
No problem.
we'll be back at it next week, man. We'll be back at it next week. I'll be on Worldwide Hosting. I'll be back on Russell Pierce on the Raw stream, so you guys can enjoy the fun. Again, follow Self-Made, man. At Self-Made PW, man. That's where I do my spaces now, man. That's where we do the watch-alongs. That's where we watch pay-per-views. The real like live pay-per-views where you don't have to pay for them anymore, but also old wrestling pay-per-views. We watch retro stuff. I kind of take people through, we watch old shit all the time. Rob's been going through some old stuff.
Elia, like I didn't do it last night, and honestly, I don't feel like doing Sopranos night. Y'all barely show up for it anyways. So tonight, instead of Sopranos night, we are doing NWA. I didn't get to do it last night, but tonight we will be watching the National Wrestling Alliance, the real National Wrestling Alliance, not that NWA Exodus EC3 bullshit they got going on. So
absolutely, man. We do match recommendation watch-alongs. We do pay-per-view watch-alongs. We do game nights. We do aux battles. We watch anime, movies, TV shows in Self-Made. So it's just a lot of fun. And depending on like the price tier you're in, you get microphone access to join with the guys. You get to determine what we watch, all that kind of good stuff. And again, once you join in at even the lowest price tier, you get access to all our archived content from the Discord. So at Self-Made PW on Twitter, the bio has the link to our Patreon. I'll see you guys then. And beyond that, Rob,
I'm about to go live on Twitch. So I'm gonna just drop my link when the show is ending. But yeah, I'm going live on Twitch. So
all right, guys,
as soon as this is over.
Take care, everybody.